Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman. Hack, how the hell's it going today?
It's a dark day in Philadelphia, gentlemen.
It really is.
Oh, wow.
It
3 years in a row.
It really is, man. This is we are recording Thursday, right after the Phillies got eliminated in the NLDS by the Mets, 3-1. Awful performance by our Fightins. I don't know where to go with the blame here. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I'd say, do you want to go to the bullpen? Do you want to go to the bats? Do you want to go JT? Do you want to go
It's the bats. It starts there, the bats.
Yeah.
The bats would have fixed a lot of shit in those games, dude. You know what I mean? A lot of things are different scenarios. If the score's tied or they're not up by 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think the bullpen wasn't great, but I think in some of those situations, if you have more runs or you're pitching with a lead, you're capable of. It just changes. It just changes the way you act when you're. I know the playoffs are a different atmosphere, and as a bullpen guy, you're always in a sticky situation, never trying to allow a run. But when your offense isn't putting up anything, and you're like, I can't allow one run or we're gonna lose. You can't play like that.
It's a very thin margin. And, I mean, Hack, your point about the bats. I mean, Alec Boehm, 1 for 10, 3 hits in his last 37
JT,
at-bats.
0 for 9.
0 for 9. And Brandon Marsh, 0 for 9. I mean, like it's just all awful.
I think they batted like 186 as a team in the
was that low?
Even Schwarber, if you take out the home run, the leadoff home run in game 1.
He did nothing.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, really bad. And,
But here's the thing. Something's wrong with this team, and it has to be the manager. We have the talent to do shit, but for some reason we don't hit the ball in the playoffs.
See, I don't know if I want to blame Topper for this, because to me, the execution, it wasn't there, but I didn't have any issues with
Schwarber, Harper, Turner, Baum. You know what I'm saying?
You absolutely can blame Trey Turner.
The coach.
You can blame Trey Turner.
The coach doesn't get in the batter's box. I can't. Maybe
something needs to change. All this love in that locker room and all that bullshit. Something needs to change.
Well, Kevin Long,
the skipper.
They talk so much about Kevin Long, the hitting coach, but he's probably going to be the scapegoat in all of this, whether it's his fault or not.
When you're in the box, you're in the box. You're a professional hitter, dude.
All right. Well, then it's the same thing about Thompson. Then when you're in the box, you're in the box. You're a hitter. You have to. Trey Turner said in the post game, like, listen, we knew what they were doing, but it's a lot different when you get in the box. It's like somebody's got to tell you, be like, no, man, you have to take pitches.
Yeah.
They didn't throw any strikes, and we were swinging and missing.
No, there's other little things like guys that shouldn't have came out for the next inning after they relieved one, sit for 25 minutes. The dude's pitched hasn't pitched 2 innings like a lot this year at all, except a couple times.
I don't disagree with that.
That guy doesn't need to come out for that inning. And then he freaking throws the first ball in the dirt, freaking walks the dude, hits the dude. Why is he still pitching?
Yeah, that was
rough.
Get
his ass out of the game. It was the same thing in the second game.
I didn't have any issue with like bringing Estevez in at that point. Like that was a bad spot. Like I can't kill Topper for that. And I can't kill Topper for the bats going cold again. Like I think some accountability has to be in this mix. And my concern, I guess, would be is all these guys on the Phillies, have they already peaked as performers? Have they had their best
Schwarber's
years?
31, Trey's 31. What's Harper?
He's 30,
right around there. He's right around 30, 31.
Yeah.
But they're all producing basically in the regular season. Something changed. Like, it's not like they're all just over the hill.
No, I know, and they won 95 games, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah, but we were 33 and 35 after the All-Star break.
No, I know. Look, something we were the last second half of the year, and we talked about it. Like the bullpen got bad, but also they kind of took their foot off the gas a lot, and it just was. I don't know, man. They ran into this Mets team that was super, super hot, and I'm not trying to make excuses.
We were 17 games up on them when we were playing the Mets in England the week before the All-Star
In
break.
London.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've been playing.
That's how good they were. They were as good the second half as we were the first half.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
they-
just needed the World Series to happen in mid-June.
They
Yeah.
were playing awesome since basically June.
Crazy.
on,
Like
and-
crazy.
Oh, no doubt they were the better team. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses. The Mets were the better club.
100%.
Absolutely. They were the
100%.
better club. Like,
And they were begging to give us that game last night.
Oh, yeah.
Bases loaded,
First.
no runs first inning. Bases loaded, no runs
Second.
second inning. Third inning, I think there was maybe 2 on. Fourth inning, bases loaded, I think again. Like, they were begging somebody to take that.
Yeah, they left a lot of guys
They
on
were
base
backing
in
us
the
like
series.
12 dudes.
Yeah, in the series as well, too. Like, it just wasn't our series. It's really just...
Dude, but when is it going to be? This is 3 years in a row with basically the same. Trey's a little bit different. He wasn't here 3 years ago, but dude, it's the same squad. You can't. All right. Let me ask you a question. If you were going to change something this year, like I know I heard a lot about contracts today and stuff like that. You know what I mean, and who you can't really move and all that bullshit, But to me, I think we put Trey Turner out in left field and we go buy a goddamn great hitting shortstop.
There's a couple shortstops out there in free agency.
Dude, put Turner out in left field. Dude, he's got to go there.
Or
He's
center.
got 44 errors or something in the last 2 years.
I would put all our eggs in going after Soto. I don't care how much it costs.
What's oh my God!
don't
Do
care.
you know we're gonna have a $1.2 billion payroll?
I don't care. It's not my money. I don't care.
Yeah,
Give us
I
the
know.
World Series.
Wow.
I don't care.
They're in a tough spot because of contracts. I mean, JT's got 1 more year
Yeah.
left. Schwarber's got 1 more year left.
Heard that
which
today.
is tradable contracts because it's 1 year. It's tough. I think Bohm might be the odd man out in this situation because he's really the only trade asset you have that can actually get you a decent return.
Yes,
something.
if you trade trash, you get trash. You
Right.
know what I mean? Bohm's definitely. You feel that way too. He's the guy that's going to bring us back the most.
Maybe, but I don't want to get rid of him.
He's also the one
Dude, he
guy
had
on
a
the
great
team.
first half. I mean,
He's
Jesus
also
Christ.
he's also the one guy on the team that you could say probably hasn't had peak performance yet. You know what I mean?
But he's 28.
He is 28. Yeah,
So
Right.
is that
Yeah.
coming? I mean,
yeah, maybe.
I hear you. I don't want to do it, but we got to do something. I mean, Alex Bregman's a free agent. Who knows if you can even leave Houston if you get rid of Bohm. Dude, they got a lot of tough decisions to make.
They do have a lot of tough decisions to make.
Well, and we made some wrong decisions apparently with the dude. Who's the dude that we picked up at the All-Star? We should have kept freaking Merrifield instead of that
Hayes?
dude. The guy who was
Hayes?
yeah.
Well, he's
Hayes
hurt.
was
He's hurt a lot.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. I just can't believe that we actually went into the season thinking that with automatic outs of Brad Marsh and Rojas at the end of every 8-9 batter.
You can't
That's why
punt.
Schwarber leads off 3 times a game because those dudes are automatic outs.
Yeah, but
we ran it right back.
Your first 5 and 6 hitters got to show up. They're paid big
Well,
money to
true
show
that.
up.
Yeah,
Well,
Turner-
true that.
Rojas batted 240, which is basically league average this year
And which is fine, kinda.
because he's such a great outfielder. So, dude, your big money players got to step up.
Oh,
True.
absolutely. After like Turner, I mean, come on, dude. Like seriously.
His at-bats were pathetic.
The worst part about it is, Netflix has a documentary coming out about Trey Turner in 5 days.
Yeah.
like
The standing ovation thing.
and that's coming out in 5 days.
Wait to
I
watch
will
it.
never.
I'm so pumped.
I will never watch that ever. You can quote. I will never watch that ever. I'm just disgusted. I really am. And I mean, like,
I made myself listen today. I made myself listen to the radio.
I couldn't do it.
I wanted to not listen to it, but I had to remind me of next freaking May that these guys blow. You kind of forget it. You know what I mean?
Nah, you
Spring,
do.
the air's nice, the crack of the bat sounds great, the smell of the grass.
Well, they're
morphed into the Sixers now.
Yeah,
Like,
now
wake
it's
me
time
up
for
in October.
Now it's time for the Sixers
Oh,
to break our
I know,
hearts.
but
Flyers
think about,
tomorrow
I want
night.
everybody
I'm
to
actually
think
excited
about.
to watch the Sixers because it's a completely different, whole new team.
Think
So I'm
about what
excited.
what the Philadelphia fans have been through in the last 3 years.
Oh, I'll give you the rundown. Hank.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture
do
on
you have
Twitter?
this?
The Nagandi. Here we go.
It's
in
unbelievable.
2022, the Phillies blow a World Series after a 2-1 series lead. In 2023, the Eagles blow the second half lead in the Super Bowl. Sixers
Up by 10.
Sixers blow Game 6 and Game 7 to the Celtics. Phillies blow Game 6 and Game 7 in the NLCS. Eagles start 10-1 and then fall completely apart. And this year, the Sixers lose in the first round to the Knicks, and the Phillies lose to the Mets.
Dude, I didn't even. I forgot it was that bad.
Yeah.
I really
We've
did
been-
until I read that.
We've been kicked in the pills like so bad. I'm just so
Seriously, dude.
numb like right now.
Dude, we are getting bitch smacked.
It's like-
fucking constantly.
It's like Charlie Brown with the football with us as fans, honestly. I mean,
Literally.
seriously.
It's been-
And it's
brutal,
going back
man.
even further with the Sixers.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
A couple
you're right,
years,
Ollie
even, a
does.
couple years even
Yeah.
further.
I mean, the Sixers have never won a title in my life. You know, I've only seen 2 championships in my whole life. Like, I'm 38.
Yeah, the Phillies and then the Eagles.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
it's not pretty, man. It's tough here. Look, but the Mets though, we gotta give them credit, man. I mean that team. Look, even though they got the highest payroll in baseball,
I mean, they're the Phillies
Of
that
2
made
years
the-
ago.
Yeah, that made the World Series run.
Right,
That's what they're doing right
Arizona
now.
last
Got
year, they
hot
ran
second
through it.
half.
and I'm not saying this for sour grapes, but I really think baseball might want to consider that whole bye thing because it does seem like it's a disadvantage to the teams with the better records by sitting for that week without playing.
For whatever reason.
It seems like it is. I mean, I'm not making that as the excuse.
Okay, but it's kind of like, dude, like remember Charlie used to play guys. He'd play Chooch 140 games a year. You know what I mean? Guys kind of need a couple days off. I mean, and Philly Rob's kind of the same way, dude. Like Cassiano, did he play every single game?
He did.
You know what I mean? And Harper, unless you're hurt, dude, you're in there. You know what I mean? So I can understand the guys being tired. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
Like,
but
Everybody's
I
tired.
think that week layoff kind of does you a disservice. 'cause
yeah, but it wasn't like we were playing good before the week layoff.
No.
I mean, if you're on fire, you're on fire, and I don't want to lay off. But if you're the shits, I'm like, all right, let's take a couple days off.
we kind of limped in, you know.
Limped.
I mean, we
Totally limped in.
Like we limped in, but as terrible as this week has been, I got to say Sunday though was an all-time great day. Even though they lost this series, getting to go down to the game with you guys and your other son Hack too, CJ.
CJ, yeah.
It was such a cool game, and I like that game. I've been to a ton of sporting events. That was like a religious experience almost. I haven't had a voice all week. I've sounded like RFK Jr. in meetings all week. It's been seriously,
Dude, I don't know if I've been to a more emotional roller coaster of a game in my life. The
Oh,
amount
my-
of lead change from the 6th inning to the 9th inning, lead change, tie.
Okay,
lead change.
so let me set the stage for the people. So it's literally 15 seconds before the first pitch. We're sitting in the second to the last row in a section, and I have nobody sitting to the 2 seats to the left and right of me. There's 9 empty seats in the row behind us. Next thing you know, here comes 13 New York Mets fans, literally at the start of the freaking first pitch.
Yeah, and those dudes, I got to say, man, look, Philadelphia, I'm so sick and tired of people out there ripping our fan base. That one loser from WFAN that was ripping the Philadelphia fans. I was in the building on Sunday night, and I got to say this too about Philly fans. As long as you go there, you cheer for your team, and you are just a person, and you bust balls like that. We had so much fun with these Mets fans behind us the entire game. They were giving it to us. We were giving it back to them. And when they left, what did we all do? We shook their hands because they were cool dudes, and we're just rooting for sports. Like, it's Philadelphia.
It's all fun, man. It's sports.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe that nowadays, the way it is, like, there's people sitting in our section that are turning around to us and flipping the finger, like, with this venom on their face.
The Mets
I'm
fans,
like, dude,
but-
you're pissed at your mom, your kids, your what,
Something else.
You ain't pissed at this.
Yeah,
It's
something
like a
else.
guy that you cut off that wants to kill you. You know what I mean? It ain't being cut off. It's something else in their life.
Nah, they were
you know?
super cool. We were going back and forth.
Yeah.
We took the lead. They took the lead. It's like, oh, go Phils, go Mets. Like, in your face, this, whatever. Like, Nah, they shook their hand and they were like, "Man, you guys were like way cooler than the people we were at yesterday at the game."
Yeah, because like half of them were at the game the day
It's like,
before.
dude, I don't
Saturdays.
hate you. You're rooting for your team. I'm rooting for my team.
And I'm the same way
That's
when
what
I go to another ballpark and I'm representing Philadelphia. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I'll be in your face, I'll be taunting you and stuff, but I'm not like, it's sports. It's not that deep.
Right.
And that loser, whoever that was, that WFAN loser who was
Yeah, when
complaining.
Ike interviewed him, I was out in my car and I heard Ike interview that dude. That was the radio guy. It was a radio guy.
Yeah.
He went with his
family.
his older dad and his wife and stuff like that. And then Ike was like, "Well, what really happened on the way out?" And the guy's like, "Well, people were cursing
Okay.
and they were yelling."
Okay.
And Ike's like, "Are you kidding me? You're gonna blast us for that?"
It's no different than a New York game.
Well, like, come on, man. Look, I'm respectful to people. If you have kids with you and stuff, always respectful. And did we bust these guys' balls all game? Absolutely. But we took it back from them, too. Like, it's how it is as a
Yeah, it was
sports fan.
hard early, though, up
It
3-zip.
was.
Dude, but how about that? I never did. I'm getting goosebumps right now. And you guys, that back-to-back home run.
Oh, man.
That's Castellanos' home run. I wished I was doing mushrooms for this game. But I had to drive. I had mushrooms, but I didn't take them because I had to drive my son back to his house. So figured I couldn't drink. I'm at the game straight. I got these Mets fans behind me. The sun's in my eyes the whole goddamn game.
No, but that feeling though, like gets you got like.
Oh,
dude,
yeah. Oh,
that
dude,
place-
I didn't wake up until that. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to leave. Seriously,
No.
I was ready to leave by the fourth inning.
I
place-
could tell.
And then that happened, and oh my! And then you just see everybody who wasn't doing nothing. There was a guy a row in front of me. He was yelling every single pitch after that. You know what I mean? That got the juices going in the stadium.
When you're high-fiving strangers, that's when you know it's real. And look, it's playoff baseball. It's like nothing else, man. I mean, it's intense. It's excruciating. It's painful. And the Phillies just didn't have it this year. So, I
But
mean,
we didn't have it last year, and we didn't have it the year before, and we got one of the best teams in the league.
And now I feel like Stu from The Hangover. If you want to just kill us, go ahead, because I don't even care anymore.
oh, God. To make matters worse, my Sunday, I lost the Survivor pool. My brother and his wife jinxed me by hopping on the Niners, so they went down.
Brutal Niners lost too. Cardinals coming back.
Oh, I just saw the highlights later when I got home. I was like, are you kidding me? This is how I go out like this? Oh, God. And then somebody else had the Seahawks. They lost to the Giants. And a guy won the pool because he had the Commanders.
In what week?
In week 5.
That's a joke.
And who'd the Commanders play?
Commanders played the Browns.
I heard the dude Ross, the Ross Report or whatever
Ross
on
Tucker.
WIP.
Ross Tucker.
And he was talking about usually there's a $14 million suicide pool or something
the
that he
Circa.
was talking
Circa
about.
has
Yeah,
it, yeah.
And he was like, usually no one person ever wins this, but he goes, there's a very good chance one person's going to win. It's like 80% of the people are out already.
It's been a strange year.
Hey, dude, no preseason. It has to be, right?
Well, they haven't really played in the preseason the past like couple years, but this has kind of been a lot of injuries. A couple of like Washington's up, Minnesota's freaking 5-0. You know, like
That's true. The kid from
Jets just fired their coach.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's a
things.
lot.
and demoted another one, Hackett.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, who knew that kid from Washington was going to be balling out?
Oh, that was
And the
my
and the
preseason
Broncos
pick.
Apparently
and
Tosh.
their
Yeah, that was my
quarterback.
preseason pick.
Yeah,
that was my.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, we had our NFL preview. I like the Commanders this year, so I don't know. Yeah, hopefully the Eagles show up and the Sixers and Flyers start tomorrow night. We got
Let's
this
go
Russian
Flyers, baby.
Is that
We got-
officially the start of the season?
tomorrow
Tomorrow
night.
night in
nice.
Vancouver.
Yeah. In Vancouver.
God,
Yeah,
they're
a
gonna
little
suck
Didn't they
Suck
start
in.
in Western Canada last year?
They might have.
In something
Calgary,
like that.
probably.
Yeah.
Something.
in
I don't
Vancouver
know.
out there.
Which is weird.
The Matvey Michkov era begins.
Yeah, Russian Jesus.
That's the well. Don't we have 2 Russian goalies?
Yeah,
He's not a goalie, but
he's a
He's
a right winger.
All right.
But we do have 2 Russian goalies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. We do have 2 Russian.
Fedotov.
Oh, and we get to see
another
Jet
one.
Lachenko.
Yeah, rookie.
Yep.
12th overall pick.
This is how bad it is, guys. We're getting into hockey now because we're losers. So.
Listen, yeah, we're getting to the Jet Lachenko fan club here. You
Yeah.
heard it here
Yeah,
first.
but we're all. You guys are more 4 for 4 than me, dude. I haven't been able to watch the Flyers since they lost when Ty. We were living in the apartment.
Oh, against the
Court.
Blackhawks.
Yeah,
in the
it was
Stanley Cup
Bufflin or
Finals.
who was the black
Yeah,
defense?
Dustin Bufflin.
Yeah, that dude killed us.
Yeah. Well, Well, hopefully something turns around here sports-wise, because it's going to be a long fall and winter, maybe. So
It's bad. It's bad, dude. It's raining cats and dogs. Speaking of cats and dogs, it rained in a hurricane. Hey, anybody in Florida that's listening to us, we're sending out all our prayers to you guys.
Yeah.
We know, dude, 130 tornadoes last night in like 5 hours.
did you see
crazy.
Tropicana Field with the roof?
Yeah,
going
with the
off?
roof,
Oh, man.
dude.
And you were talking to Fonzie.
We
right?
were just
Yeah.
there last year at Tropicana.
Yeah.
Fonzie got lucky. He lives basically right outside of Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? But they had this reverse storm surge or something that saved them. So they like St. Pete got like a 15-foot storm surge. They had 19 inches of rain in like 10 hours or something.
Oh, wow.
Tampa Bay got spared
Yeah,
this
but
one.
hope all you guys are safe.
Yeah, I
out
hope
there.
everybody's
God
doing
bless.
well, man. Tough times there, so I hope everybody's doing good. On the show this week, guys, we did watch WWE Bad Blood. This was from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. It was, let's get into it here. The show started off with the Hell in a Cell match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Actually, first thing in the show, wasn't it didn't they come out, the girls come out to intro the show? Oh, God! Oh, heck!
All right, who farted?
Jesus Christ!
I forgot. I've been
dude.
meaning to do that for weeks. Ever since you guys went on your fart tantrum.
What did you do? Take a laxative?
Oh,
Man,
my
they sent
I
out
gotta go upstairs and wipe my butt.
Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. I guess they were the host of the.
Yeah, why do you need a host for like a WrestleMania?
Especially
pay-per-view?
three of them.
Yeah, that to me that was like a pointless kind of thing.
I know, it's like just put them on the...
card.
Yeah.
Have them wrestle somebody. I don't.
What was with Bianca? Bianca did seem like she had that big tail on him. What was her two thumbs up? Was she like shooting on somebody then in that one segment? It was right before the girls' match, and she was putting thumbs up for one of the girls before the Bailey match.
You think like a sarcastic thumbs
Yeah,
up?
something. She had a goofy look on her face.
I didn't pick up on that.
catch it.
Yeah. They also had an opening video thing with Metro Boomin and Cody staking out the arena. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, I've done... Like,
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's trying to get celebrities involved a little bit, but it was kind of weird.
And a little.
I know, it's like, what are you staking out?
Yeah, what are you
but
staking
it's
out?
They're
also
going to Netflix, and it's a little cinema.
yes,
type deal,
exact.
so,
I
yeah.
fucking won this stuff. Yeah, dude, it's like, remember them at where were they at? The big house, him and Roman, or no, Georgia.
Georgia Tech.
They were in
Yeah.
Georgia, and they did that. Dude, that was like a Roman, like a gladiator freaking piece where what's his name's down in the dirt, and then the emperor comes down to meet him.
Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus, and dude, that was like cinematic right there. They're definitely pushing towards that edge. I told you last week.
Well, I liked the Roman Cody thing at Georgia Tech to get together to do the main event of this show. Like, I like that, but to me, the whole Metro Boomin Cody thing was kind of, I don't know. I didn't care for it.
I'm just saying that's the way they're going.
All right. Do you know young Metro? Do you trust him?
I don't even know who the young Metro is.
Does he trust you? No, never mind.
Probably he'd be stupid too.
Fair point. Fair point.
All right, fair point. So they have the Hell in the Cell match. Man, I gotta say, this was an awesome match. I have been dying for CM Punk and Drew Mac to finally like deliver in these matches. I thought the strap match was closer to what I thought they had the potential of doing, but this match to me really delivered. And I thought they had like an old school Hell in a Cell brawl, and I really loved this match. I was a big fan of it. I think it had a big fight feel, and I thought it was kind of weird that they would start the show with this match, but it made sense that they did, because you can only either start or end with this match. You can't put it in the middle of the show.
Right.
And I thought, man, what a great match. I really liked this match a lot. They took their time at first and then just got right to it, beating each other up.
Was it just me, or did they sound like they were like pumping in a lot of artificial crowd sounds? I don't know if anybody else called that, but that's kind of what
I'm
it
usually-
sounded to me.
That didn't even register in my head.
I usually have an ear for that with like the.
So do I, too. Not
sounds
just,
like-
Not just in this match, just in
the
general
show?
on the show in particular. It
I
sounded,
didn't even notice.
It usually sounds like a hair dryer, like that like
yeah, it was
whooshing
just like,
kind of
like it was just like
Interesting.
generic
cheering.
cheering at like just like no
basically generic like noise, like crowd sound 1. Hit the button. Like
I don't think you needed it for this because I think the crowd.
It's like so they don't get caught and they have like 6 different ones that they use.
yeah, right.
I thought the crowd was with this match.
So did I.
and
Oh,
you
they
could
were.
And you could see, to me, the big telltale tie for whether or not the crowd sounds fake or not is if you look out in the audience
And everybody's like,
That's
eating their
what I-
popcorn
or on their
talking
phone.
to their door.
You know what I mean? And yet it's a huge pop, or like, are they standing and like, I don't know.
It's usually to me, the fake crowd noise is usually when they're pumping in like a specific chant for a wrestler.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
totally.
a couple times.
you know
There was
what I
a
mean?
couple times I'm looking. I'm like, the crowd's not really moving on that. I said, I don't know. I just thought it was something.
So these two guys, man, they were just brawling right away. McIntyre threw him outside, and then they're doing some like throwing each other into the cell spots. And then
Which I thought were kind of weak.
they were a little like, but you're building to it. I thought the pace in this was really, really good.
And you're actually using the cell like as a weapon.
Yes.
Like making the cell a little bit of
Which
the
I thought
star.
they actually should have done more of, personally.
Yeah,
Because it's a Hell in the Cell.
With the way they started, I thought that's the way they were going to go, was do more of kind of make the cell the star instead of...
but I'm glad. I'm so tired of cage matches where they get outside the cage. I'm glad they just stuck in the cage the whole time.
But that's the whole idea. If there was a run-in on that match or something, I'd be pissed.
Same.
You know what I mean? I'd be
Yes.
pissed. So the cell to me is over already at that fact.
Right.
Right, it's
You-
hell
you
in
know
the
what I'm
cell,
saying?
not hell in and out of the cell.
The point is to contain the violence. These two guys hate each
Absolutely.
other so much.
No run-ins,
We
no
can't.
bullshit.
You're ending it right here tonight, and I like that, and I like that they kept it to that. And they really, I thought, brought an intensity in this match that kind of was lacking from like the SummerSlam one, which I hated.
Dude, I thought from like maybe 4 or 5 minutes in, these guys are out to make a point.
Yes.
And they were stiff.
Yes.
And I mean, dude, there was some stiff shit going on in that match.
Well, I love the like. So there's a table there, and it gets broken, and then Punk has like.
Did you see what he did to his forehead with that?
With the piece
I'm
of
like,
the
dude,
table.
what are you doing with that spot? It can only hurt the dude. And then they covered it a little bit, but then he got it and grabbed it and put it around his neck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you saw his forehead after that. That thing shaved, the metal shaved right by his forehead.
Yeah, and I liked it because it was like okay, so WWE's been in the PG era. They're kind of getting out of that now. And I like the fact that they brought a level of violence to their television. Now, I don't expect it to be every week like an AEW has blood or so.
No,
but if
this match in particular between those two guys
Needed it.
was
Yeah.
necessary for both of them to bleed.
absolutely, you needed blood in this match, and you needed an escalated level of violence in this match. So I really like that they did that in this match. There were so many spots in this match that I really
Well, the fact
liked.
that they brought that table in and they did spots like
Didn't use it for like 20 minutes.
not breaking the table, but breaking the legs off and doing some.
No, that was great.
Yeah, and
That
then,
was different.
And then
Yes.
him doing, I don't know if it was like a back body drop on like the backside legs of the table. I can't
Yes.
remember, like just
Oh,
using
it's the
the
suplex. It's when he suplexed.
Yeah. Just using the table as just a weapon and not like using it just to go through it. I thought was a good job.
Yeah, I thought Punk's selling in this was really, really good too. I thought
one of my notes,
I
dude.
thought he sold his ass off, especially spots where Hack, he's just pacing himself. He's on the ropes. He's bleeding. He's allowing the match to happen, and that to
It was
me,
a great pace on the match.
yeah,
Well,
great.
I know,
pace.
but dude, he's laying there, and it was just funny to me that all the time that anybody picks up the stairs, they like wheeled him like nothing. But this time he's so dead that he can't like get it out. I mean, that was like 2-minute segment.
struggling. McIntyre talking about he's putting him in the ring.
Yeah, exactly. and Punk was breathing heavy right then. Every time he showed him, he was breathing
Well, it
heavy.
was right after the table where he put Punk through the
Yeah,
table.
Yeah.
outside.
yeah,
Which was a
exactly.
great spot.
So,
Yeah.
just the pace was great.
So-
You guys do it when you were watching it.
Hack, about the steps. Have you ever like lifted those steps? How heavy are those steps?
We're light as shit.
Oh, they're actually light. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
what
always.
are you kidding? That's not diamond plate, like 1/4-inch diamond plate. Like it's supposed to look like that, but I would bet the top layer of those steps weighs no more than 20 pounds.
Wow. Okay, so it's all just selling always when they're lifting up those steps and everything. Okay, so that's really good.
The
selling.
bottom level, see, but he was screwing with the bottom level.
Okay.
I've never picked up a bottom level.
You've only done the
You know
top.
what I mean? But I just saw that it could be much heavier than the other one.
Okay.
Not for a dude like him.
And
dude, did he bleed bad?
so, okay, that
my
was...
Yeah,
God.
well, and I love that they took it. They did a spot where he got hit actually in the head with something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with you too, man. Like, okay, I know that they didn't... Maybe he was
It
going to
sucks
blade
that it
himself.
resulted in.
Dude, now, I got to ask you
What it
guys.
is.
Do you think he was going to blade himself after the toolbox thing if he didn't get hard way? Because, man, he came up after that, and it was...
When he's on his knees saying, "Look at me,"
He was
well,
gushing.
because they lose you. You know how you coagulate like Punk by halfway through the match or 3/4. He had no real like blood on him.
Right,
you know?
he got color first.
But yeah, that second set of blood, the first set of blood was pretty bad too. But his second juice was even worse.
Oh, my God. And that...
Yeah,
He was pouring.
Drew
was.
got cut open the hard way. He got
Yes.
staples in his head after.
with the,
Yeah.
with the toolbox, but he
With
was
the toolbox.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize they hard weight him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
How
got it
can
hard.
you hard weight somebody with that box?
No, true.
If you hit it on the angle...
Well, you don't hit it on the angle. You hit it right on the flat spot on
No,
the
he
edge.
did get hit on the flat spot.
Was it?
I don't know how it got. I don't know how.
Maybe the handle got.
Yeah, was
I
it
don't
the
know,
head?
or the corner? I don't know.
You know what the
Stuff,
problem
but-
is? Because they make so many camera cuts right there. You can't.
Right,
It's
you
hard to
couldn't-
get
you
to
couldn't
see.
catch it.
Yeah.
I'll mention that in a couple other matches too. They do too many camera cuts, dude.
Oh, totally.
So I
when
think
you got guys like that, you can trust them that it's going to look good. You know what I mean? You don't have to camera cut shit.
Yeah, so I think he was gonna gig, but realized he got it to heart because you don't do a direct headshot like that
Unless
and,
you're
not,
gonna
and
gig.
not gig,
Right.
In WWE especially.
Right. Yeah. I mean, dude, that was an all-time gusher. Like a
Yeah.
He was leaking. Like
Yeah.
as soon as the camera got on him, you were like, I was like, oh man.
how did you guys feel about the ref coming in and wiping him clean of the blood? Does that? I didn't like that.
I don't like I don't like the ref giving anybody a towel.
I don't either. Like,
They might
it's-
have told him on the headset.
Oh, I think they definitely did. Like, this is
Yeah.
too much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We agreed to some blood. Now this is too much. You're-
oh wait. So did anybody see how the ref even got the towel?
no.
But there's other refs like outside
Yeah,
the
I know.
ring,
So,
so they
he
probably
like pulling
fed him.
through one of the holes, like,
Well, I don't know
like
if you
this,
know-
like he was a clown with the scarves.
Well, I don't know if you noticed. There was some holes in the
Oh,
cell
for the
so the
cameras.
camera could
Yeah.
get in there. So they fed him.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. Who made that call? That's probably exactly what happened. It was too much freaking blood.
I think it was
Yeah.
probably a Triple
That's
H
a great
call.
point. I want to bring up. Did Punk screw up the sharpshooter?
Yes. And it's like, hold on. I want to bring that up too, Hack, because listen, all right, if Bret Hart's your favorite wrestler and Punk loves Bret Hart, and I love Bret Hart too, how do you fuck up the sharpshooter, bro? Come on, man. And like,
Yeah, he like rolled over.
Shawn Michaels screwed it up too in the screw job,
Yes.
in the Montreal screw job, and Bret had to put
Right.
his legs into it.
I know, but like, come on, man. Bret's your favorite guy, and you're fucking up the sharpshooter. Come on, dude. And they did the whole like Bret Hart, Steve Austin spot where he's like bleeding.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, there we go.
You
That's
know?
a callback to the
And
freaking
so,
Bret Hart
was,
spot.
and so was the toolbox, a callback to that match as well. Because if you remember that WrestleMania 13 match when Bret hits him with the ring bell, that's where Austin gets color from.
Right.
So it's all, I feel like that's a throwback to, like, if you know, you know kind of shit. I think.
Yeah.
But,
I'd like to mention in Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer.
oh, that was cool.
Yeah. What's his name? Did
Michael Cole.
no?
No, it's
Or
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hack, see, that was something like,
Graves is great. I love Graves.
he was really good on the show. Heck, I feel like Vince McMahon was always a little bit of like didn't want to play up the wrestling history in a lot of towns if it wasn't WWF stuff. And now that he's gone, you're hearing different things mentioned on the commentary. Michael Cole was talking about the history of the Omni and everything in Atlanta, and Great Muta was shouted out by Corey Graves. Like,
I never got to work the Omni, and I always wanted to. And guys that work the Omni, dude, it's like guys, wrestlers want to work. It's like the Sportatorium in Texas, the Omni, the ECW Arena, Madison
Corrigan
Square
Hall.
Garden, Corrigan Hall in Japan. Yeah, dude,
Memphis.
the Mid South Coliseum.
Yeah.
It's just one of those buildings that I never got a chance to.
oh man, that's a shame. But it was cool. It was cool that
Well,
they're.
get in the gym, loser.
No, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Amini was there for it. He went there the day that it imploded or something. Him and his girl were coming back from something that we were doing in North Carolina, and he said he was stopping by for it.
Oh, that's cool. But it's cool that WWE is like shouting out some other wrestling stuff that was not
Yeah,
like
for
their
sure.
history. And I feel like that's part of the changeover in this new TKO era. So they were fighting over a wrench a little bit too. There were a lot of wrench shots. And when they fought out of the sharpshooter, I kind of thought Drew Mack gave him some weak wrench shots to get out of that at first. Like he tapped him at first, and then he finally hit him with one that was like half decent.
I don't think Punk was expecting it. So I think Drew kind of like...
Yeah, that was happenstance by Short.
Yeah, so Drew like tapped him to be like, yo, I got the wrench. Like didn't want to fucking kill him with the wrench and then be like, yo... And then Punk had to eventually get out of it.
Okay, all right. I kind of took it as like he was holding up a little bit. Like he really got to give it to him.
I think it was just Drew saw the wrench in his arm ranked. It was like, well, I can't not grab it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't grab it, I look stupid.
Yeah, right.
And grabbed it and, hit it with him. And the one wrench spot I loved when it was like closer towards the end of the match. When Punk was getting Drew hard, and it was after he had took it the hard way and was bleeding, whatever, but he was cleared off. Punk hit him a couple of times, and then he wasn't bleeding right away, and then Drew had to, like, smack his forehead to, like, get it down. So he's like, dude, the guy just hit me with, like, 5 wrench shots, and I'm not gigging. I got to do something. So he, like, kind of smacked his forehead.
He shocks me a lot.
And the blood started coming out again because the camera was right on his face. He's like, dude, I can't be not bleeding after this. So that was a great job by Drew to make himself for that shot.
Yeah, you had to have more blood in there. Punk then threw on the Anaconda Vice, and then this is where McIntyre grabbed the wrench, and then Punk took it away and smashed it into McIntyre's head. That's
okay,
what
then it was that point, yeah.
So then McIntyre begs off, and he just drills Punk with a low blow. And I was like, man, that's great shit right there at this point in this match because it plays into some of the other stuff they've done.
Yeah, but the great little shit about it is when you did the low blow and you held it there for a second, and then like pull it out like the sword of Damocles.
Yeah,
that's good shit.
Sword of Damocles. That's great. This is where I was kind of, if I have to have any like about the match, this is it. Then McIntyre gets a bag, and of course, because we're so used to this, we're expecting a bag of tacks. And what he pours here,
I wasn't. I knew
it was going to be the beads.
I knew there was not tack. I just knew there was not tacks in it.
Okay, I thought it was going to be glass or something.
I actually really liked that it was beads. It was kind of funny.
You liked it?
I liked the beads. Even though how much we all hated the bracelet thing,
yeah.
I actually just thought that was.
It's a good follow through.
Well, I didn't hate the bracelet thing. I thought they could have did it better.
Good point.
I wouldn't have minded these beads being on there if it played into the actual finish. Like if Drew Mack slipped on them, like Home Alone or something, and that's what caused him to stick. You know what I mean?
What a great finish to that.
It kind of played into the finish. A Three Stooges finish in the Hell in a Cell. Arms swinging like whoa, 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 whoa.
But you're putting beads on the ground. I mean, it's already silly. I mean,
No, but then McIntyre goes to leap on him, and dude, a brutal back shot on the stairs.
God. He goes for the Claymore, and Punk like moves out of the way and kind of throws him. And McIntyre takes such a great bump because I think only a little part of his back hit the stairs, and the rest of it hit
like
down.
Lower back.
I watched it a couple times again, and I think he just took such a smart bump. And you immediately see the ref go check on him, and he's fine,
dude.
But that was a great spot.
Drew was fucking proving a point that whole match. Go back to even like midway through or whatever. When the table's upside down, the legs that didn't get ripped off are laying flat, and Punk's freaking powerbombing him on the table upside down.
Yeah.
And you see his back from that. Drew was totally out there to prove something to that locker room, to himself, to God. I don't know, but he utterly and thoroughly impressed me.
Yeah, I think they both were.
Oh, totally.
I think that might be McIntyre, the best match I've seen McIntyre have.
Yeah, so hold on. Let me go to the finish. This is something another thing I didn't really love about this.
I know what you're gonna say.
The wrapping of the chain around his knee for the GTS. I've seen this a lot in wrestling recently, where people are wrapping chains around, and to me, it takes a long time. They don't do it right. It looks, and Punk did hit him with it.
Yeah, but the chain was halfway unwrapped by the time they got there.
Right.
I mean, be smart about it. Figure out how to tie it or something.
Well, he was trying to hook it. There was like clips on there, but
he was trying to. It wasn't perfect, but whatever. He hits him with the GTS. And I love the way both of them sold it. Like Punk barely could cover him, and McIntyre doesn't move. It's not like he gets up like any. He's down.
Yep.
Down.
He threw the beads in McIntyre's mouth.
He did.
I really wish me and Oliver were both
Did a
said
spit
it.
take?
Yeah,
I wanted
when he
that
caught
too.
the GTS or whatever and
Spit him.
Yeah, and was like
either spin them or have them crumble, just like crumble out of your mouth as you're
Something.
falling.
yeah.
Something.
Well, after you hit the mat, just like blah, 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 like
Like you're doing a mac and tea with freaking when they're pouring the beer down his throat. He's not even drinking it.
I'm being nitpicky, but the way these guys sold the match, the stakes of it, the hatred, and also the post-match. Drew Mack was still laying in the ring. He sold that all the way through. Punk,
And I
after
love Punk stumbling out and then
Amazing.
bringing the oxygen out for him and everything.
great sell.
Yeah.
You're really selling the moment of everything that you just went through there by the post-match and everything too. So dude, these guys totally
After a Hell in a
delivered.
Cell match, no wrestler should be walking out in their own power.
No, you got to sell the match as something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm tired of WWE did this for maybe a decade where they had a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So you had 2 or 3 Hell in a Cell matches every. No, you build up to the occasion when it needs a rivalry that meets the standard of the match, and this rivalry definitely did. And this was the best of the 3 matches they had. I'm going to go 4.5 stars for this. I want to go higher, but again, a little nitpicky stuff. I thought this was the best Punk has looked since he's returned to WWE. I thought this was a modern Hell in a Cell classic, and they really did it justice. I know they were talking a lot about Bad Blood 97 with Michaels and Undertaker delivering a classic Hell in a Cell in the first one. This one certainly lived up to the Hell in a Cell moniker, and I thought it was a great match.
That's 5 stars for me.
5. You're going full 5. I love it.
5.1 to me, dude.
You're
That
going
match
full
was
5.
Freaking
Yeah,
awesome.
okay.
It really, and they just beat the shit out of each other, and I gotta respect that.
Yeah.
To know the position that you're in, the match that you're in, how on fire your feud is, they freaking totally delivered.
They absolutely did. No, I don't disagree.
Yeah,
I'm just a little. I don't know.
Everything a 5-star match needs.
Okay. Ty.
I'm right there with him. 5-star match. I can't really say anything else that they didn't. I mean, we just talked about. There was nothing I saw. I was thoroughly entertained throughout the whole thing. Very well paced, like you said. They really went after it. A lot of decent, innovative spots. They took care of each other at the times they needed to, especially in the table spot. Drew taking super good care of Punk. Covering. Cradling his head and everything like that, and making sure it went down nice again. But yeah, awesome match.
No, awesome match, and like a new Hell in a Cell classic. So,
For sure.
If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check out that match because I really
And a perfect match for the name of the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
So way to stick to the name of the
Bad
pay-per-view.
Blood. I mean, this was some bad blood, dude. Absolutely loved it.
Interesting to see where
Great
they
point, Ollie.
Yeah.
Interesting to see where they go from here.
Because of you got Liv and you got Rhea.
And
That's
then you
Bad
have the
Blood.
family main event.
Yeah, dude. Great point.
Yeah.
Just a little shit escapes me.
That's what all the
just a
all the
little.
matches are set up that way. Yeah.
Some of the big super stuff too. You gotta hit me on the head with a brick.
No, that was a real war, man. That was a real war of a match. So really awesome stuff. Next up, we get. Boy, do we have to talk about this? This was the SmackDown Women's Title match between Bayley and Nia Jax. So I know last month we were talking about the AEW show, and we were talking about the Ospreay match, and then following it with Statlander and Willow. This certainly was not Statlander and Willow. These two, I really like Bayley. I think she's one of the top female workers in the business.
Agree.
She was working too fast.
Oh, you think she was working too
And did you
fast?
see how she slimmed down too?
Yes, she has.
Dude, she's got to drop to like 10 pounds or so at least.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, she slimmed down and she was working fast, but you have to understand that that's part of the angle of the match is that you start out with Nia, you're beating the shit out of her, being the big girl, and then she comes back trying to be faster than Nia and pull Nia out of position. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of what I think. What you said, Hack, is the big versus little. Little's got to be quick, do all that, and like you said, it probably ended up hurting them in a way because there was a lot of messed up spots. Yeah,
Huge hitches in the match. At least
lot.
4 of them.
Right, a lot of the spots. It I don't know.
The two corner spots.
The power bomb of the corner. Can we talk about this?
Me?
Can we talk about this? Because to me, that's this spot. I understand you want to do something different. You want to make a standout thing, and if you hit the spot, it kind of resonates and it's a big, viral moment. But man, like Nia just couldn't get over, and the worst is they showed a replay of it.
I know.
Why?
I couldn't believe they showed the replay.
Why show the replay? We all saw that she missed the
It's
spot.
like Nia's gone and Bailey just goes, oh, let me go this way.
She took a phantom bump. I mean, like seriously, it was
Are you
like
talking about like the quote, the Hunican Rana?
Yeah.
off the power bomb. She's trying to power bomb
because
the
I'm trying to
corner.
forget the power bomb, and I'm in my head I'm like Hunican Rana, but yeah, that was. Yeah.
It was a big whiff.
And there was another corner spot, too, that was screwed up. There was two corner spots, like almost back-to-back, that were screwed up. Again, there was so much.
Well, I don't know if you noticed when Nia eventually went to the outside
For a breather?
She forgot the spot, and Bailey was about to give her the baseball slide, and Nia went to the corner. So she ended up kicking her in the corner and then being like, "Yo, you got to get back over here." Then Bailey went out, did the thing, and then that's when
she did the suicide dive.
Yeah, she did the suicide. Yeah.
Which was horrible.
Nia was late for catching her on that one.
Well, I think the girls got to go through the second rope.
Oh,
You're awful low right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Going through the
that's-
bottom and the second rope. You got to go through the second and third rope. Because I pretty much I think I seen her do that spot like that.
And to me, Nia was trying to be like the big brute of the match.
She was beating the shit out of her.
She was beating the shit
She
out of her.
really was.
Yeah, she was. I was sitting there and I was like, dude, Nia's borderline being dangerous.
I know. I'm like, is this a shoot?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought a little bit. I'm like, dude, Nia's kind of borderline. But
Beat the shit out.
Yeah.
Every time she squished her somewhere, she squished the shit out
The
of her.
Samoan drop. Yeah.
But maybe.
And in doing that, I think it made it look worse because she was trying like too hard to be a brute. Where I don't know if Bailey was expecting it. Like you said, looked like a shoot almost because like Bailey almost didn't know how to sell it half the time. The way that she was.
I felt bad for the ref who got squished too. I thought the ref took a
That
bump.
was a great spot. That got
I thought the ref took a big
And then
bump.
they took a little bit of long time right there in between before the Bailey
Tiffany comes out. Tiffany comes out at this point.
She missed a briefcase spot.
Yeah.
Trying to hit Bailey. As soon as she came in, they screwed that briefcase spot up. Then she went to another one. Then when the blonde chick went to the top rope, Bailey threw the briefcase at her, and then that was another botch with the briefcase spot. It was just so much.
The only good spot of the match was when Bailey pushed Nia into the thing and did the backwards roll up for the false.
And she
That
landed
was
on her. That's the corner spot. Oh, all right, go ahead.
No, but that was a good false.
Yeah, that was actually a really good false. That was the best spot of the whole match, I think.
Yeah.
No, what was the one when Bailey went over, like Sunset flipped her into the corner and Nia landed her whole body weight on top of her in the corner?
Oh, yeah, Nia kind of like threw her. They botched that one, too, where Nia kind of like...
Yeah.
She went like right over top of her and like didn't throw her. Nia just like threw herself back into the corner.
Yeah.
And then the other one, she whipped her into the rope somehow. I don't know. She was supposed to go on top of her head. She had one leg on her. They both bumped. Bailey sells, Nia sells, and Nia's like, "Oh shit, maybe I should cover her." That was another botch.
Yeah, they were not on the same page in this match. So Tiffany comes out, and then Nia does kind of like the Undertaker sit up. That was, I guess, I don't know, supposed to be funny.
I actually
it was
like
supposed to be
that.
funny. I don't know. I guess she's like not believing in her, thinking maybe she's going to turn on me, not trusting her, wants to trust her kind of story.
It's setting it up. It's the Tony Storm.
Yeah,
and
I'm saying-
Mariah May. They're setting it up for that, which we called from the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah, you had to know that. Then, Nia took her out and then hits the Annihilator for the pin. Man, this one, I thought.
Okay, hold on. Did you see what Nia did at the end of the pin?
Yeah, she put her feet out.
Yeah. She's like, I every fucking ounce of my weight is on your chest right now,
It was like the
lady.
Yokozuna. Yeah.
Wow.
But it was like a serious sit out.
Yeah, she did. I don't know. There's something between those two.
Ooh,
There
you're
has
calling-
to be.
you're calling heat.
There can't be that many screw-ups in a match without there's something going. And dude, she was beating the shit out of Bailey early.
I just don't. I think she doesn't
Beating
know
the
any
shit
better.
out of her.
I just think she doesn't know any better.
Squishing her
sometimes.
with everything. I know, everybody says that.
To me, this match was terrible. I did not like it at all. I didn't like the booking. I'm tired of Bailey too being in this thing. You got to do something else. With
The finish saved it to me.
it
It really did.
I'm going 1 star for it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't. Yeah, I'll go 1 star.
Yeah.
I can't go higher than that.
Ollie.
There was just too many mixes.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, I didn't like it, man. I really did not like this.
I like the finish, though. It's got to go up to like a 2.5 for me.
2.5 for Hack. All right, you hear it.
Finish was good.
Yeah, Hack liked the finish there. So, up next was Finn Balor and Damian Priest. So, obviously, these two guys have been feuding ever since Damian Priest got kicked out of the Judgment Day. Kind of similar to the mid part of the show. Really kind of gave off like just a Monday Night Raw vibe to me. Like not,
Yeah.
Like it was bookend by two really big matches, but the meat in the middle of the show, and again,
It's like,
yeah, it's like, and you're only doing these 5-match cards. It's like you don't really
so every match has got a hit.
right. Every match has got a hit, or else the pay-per-view kind of might not be a hit for me. And this was another one where it's like I didn't have a problem with any of the work really in the match. But the story and everything going into this, I'm kind of just not there with this whole post-breakup Judgment Day
Nobody
thing.
is.
It's not really over to me, and
No, the more intriguing story is about what's happening with Rhea
yes,
post Judgment Day, and like the Dominic situation. Nobody really cares about Priest and Finn Balor.
which I think this kind of muddied that following this a little too. You know what I mean? Like to me, this is a straight Monday Night Raw match. Like there's that to me, this didn't have pay-per-view level to it, and
No, it just had the bad blood.
right.
Like just that aura around, like a bad blood match because their feud. They split from their faction and everything like that. It just fell under that category. So that's
I
that's
get
what
it.
Felt,
But
I
to me-
agree with you on the whole.
To me, though, if I'm booking the card, and I know you saved the match for Monday, but Gunther and Sammy would have made this card so much better if this was on the card versus this match.
But it doesn't necessarily
Make Raw better. I mean, I know
Well, it
he
doesn't
wasn't-
necessarily, to me, qualify under bad blood, though, necessarily.
well, they got the Mania match and the history between them there. You know what I mean? Like you could,
Yeah.
it's more than this. It's more than this because I don't know.
I don't know. They were in the same feud, and they Finn Balor caused Priest to lose against
title.
Gunther. So,
Yes.
like that's a little bit bigger
True.
in my eyes.
True. They did a couple really nice spots in this match. Priest, they did I really liked
Dude, the camera cuts kept me from enjoying any of this match, dude.
too many of them again.
Just way too many of them. God, Jesus.
Can you explain this to me, Hack? So, like, okay, I guess in their mind, they want to cut the camera before contact takes place on punches or bumps because when guys, if they're not following through, it doesn't look good. You do a camera cut and it kind of hides for it. Is that the logic behind it?
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. But you got to trust somebody. You know what I mean, dude? They like the big punches that everybody like. You hear the crowd reacted, but we can't see that on the because they changed to a camera cut behind the guy's head, so you can't even see the punch in his face.
Right.
Dude, there was just I don't know, just way too much camera work.
Yeah,
and these are two guys you can trust. It's like if I'm Triple H, I'm telling the camera guys, yo, dudes. Well, I don't know. Is what's it? Well, he's not telling what's the name anything. Is what's his name still doing all the production?
No, Kevin Dunn is gone.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Then if you ain't telling Kevin Dunn shit, I don't care who you are. I don't even think Vince can tell Kevin Dunn. But yes, I would tell my guys, listen, the girls' matches, yes. These two that know each other, stay a little bit tighter on it.
You're talking about like guys that have been in the business
They
20
know
years.
each other. They've been in the same group together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. This match, it didn't really do anything for me. I did like some of the spots with like the Pele kick. I always like that from Baylor, and it was just kind of waiting for the interference. So then you have Carlito coming in for a distraction, and then JD came in for a distraction.
Great bump over the top
He
rope.
did.
Some really good falses too.
They did. and
Really, some great falses.
I
in the
liked
match.
Baylor doing the double stomp. And he kept doing it to him. He didn't just do it to him when he's like normally laying down. He
Like
did
on
it to
the
him.
chest when he like did. Yeah.
I like that. And then when he did it to like the side of the back, I really like that. But then it was like Priest kind of just like shrugged that off, gave him his choke slam thing for the win.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just a little flat for me.
Yeah, it was totally flat for me.
I like both these guys. I think they're good performers. This match didn't do it for me. I'm gonna go 2 stars for this match.
I'm probably.
I'm right there with you, too.
I mean, it's just
It was just
It
like
wasn't
there.
like- Yeah, it wasn't like bad.
Right.
Like it was just
there.
a normal.
It was bad placement. That match, bad placement. But not, and I'm just saying on the card in total, not so much a bad placement as in number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. But the biggest thing I hated was Carlito and his boys are outside the ring. After Priest wins, shouldn't they go in there and beat the shit out of him?
Yeah, get
they
something.
Just stand there going like this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should have beat the shit out of him. They're doing everything to make him lose the match, and then he wins the match, and you're not really hot.
Right.
It's like, darn, we got
well, if you think about it, in the main event later, what happens?
Exactly.
They go in, they beat the shit out of Cody, right? Like
exactly.
It makes sense. If you're a faction, you don't just eat that. You know what I mean? Like you want to try to get your comeuppance immediately. So,
especially when you have the numbers,
right? And then maybe have somebody come out and make the save for day. I don't know. You could have done a million different things. Hack, what do you give this match, man?
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Just because I don't know, it seemed out of place to me. It just like you said, it's a Raw match.
Yeah, it was a Raw match to me.
Yeah.
Up next on the show, Triple H came out and he said he had a big announcement, and
wow.
He hyped up these crown jewel belts, and they were gigantic.
That's kissing some Saudi Arabian ass right there, calling it the crown jewel.
Hey guys, guess what we're gonna do for you? We're making a special belt for you guys.
Give us $75 million pay-per-view.
Belt was huge.
The belt was huge. I really enjoyed Gunther's mic work here. I thought he had good presence on the mic. He was comfortable. And doing the promo that he did to Goldberg, he delivered a couple really nice lines, but he also delivered them in a way where he had like confidence and everything. So like I did enjoy the promo that he cut. And he also walks out there and he's rocking this weird like lime green suit. Like,
nobody likes the color green. Nobody on the planet likes the color green.
We do. I mean,
no, but people don't wear green. It just doesn't happen, dude. It's the least liked color in the spectrum.
Well,
that's a fact.
He calls out Goldberg. Goldberg's sitting front row, and Goldberg's got his son with him. And his son plays for Colorado. Did you know that, Hack? He plays for Dion.
Yeah, he plays for Dion.
Yeah.
I know. He goes, Dad, let me go in there and kick his ass.
Yeah, well, he said, I hope your dad is a better father than he is a pro wrestler, which I was like, man, that's a great line.
Yeah, well,
you should have said pro football player or pro wrestler.
Oh, there he go. That's a double zinger. Yeah, well, Goldberg then gets really pissed after he talks to his kid, and he hops the barricade, and a bunch of security holds them apart. And while they're keeping him away from Gunther, in comes Sami Zayn and jumps Gunther to build up for their match that they had the next night on Raw. So I thought this was a good money segment. And Gunther and Goldberg is an interesting match. I mean, I don't know when you're going to do it. Obviously, that's the match you're going to do.
Oh, my God.
They're just planting some seeds for the future. So, I mean, that's going to be a future match.
I can't imagine them putting Goldberg in a match. I just can't after some of them debacles.
Not only that, it's a lose-lose.
Right.
Right. Gunther has to sell for Goldberg.
It's a lose-lose.
You got to at least eat a spear and a jackhammer, right?
Nah,
and Gunther's his strength is looking strong.
Neither one of them can look good coming out of that match.
I mean, Gunther picks up the win over a legend.
Over a 50-year-old Goldberg. When last we saw him, he was dog
with the
shit.
Undertaker with that debacle in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, anybody who knows anything and is not just like fanboy,
right,
is not going to be like, oh yeah, he beat like Goldberg.
Like,
like, I'm just saying, I think it's a lose-lose. I don't think anybody wins in that match. There's no way that anybody can really win.
I'd rather bring back Shamrock than Goldberg.
Shamrock!
I'm serious.
I loved Shamrock, man. That's crazy. That's wow. That's man. That would be awesome. But I don't know if he's in wrestling shape anymore these days.
How do we know if Goldberg is?
We don't.
And it doesn't matter if he's in shape. Shamrock will give a better match.
He probably might.
I mean, as long as he can walk.
Yeah. I mean. I don't disagree with you, Hack.
I know, dude, Bill. I can't even say I love you, but dude, I've worked with you, and I know you never loved this sport. That's just the way it is. Sorry, and you never decided to get better at it.
I was a big Goldberg.
And I don't know how you could defend the title how many days in a row and not get better.
I was a big Goldberg.
That's a Lex Luger thing to me. You know what I mean? It really is. There's certain guys that don't love this business and don't care. They care about the money and that's it. They don't care about getting better.
Yeah, I was a big Goldberg mark, man. I really loved like him like just mauling through dudes, and I understand it's not really having a match. It's just like a moment kind of thing. Goldberg had a lot of those moments and was, to me as a kid.
Oh, he was over like God.
Yeah, like to me as a kid, like we're talking like 6th, 7th grade, like I loved Goldberg, man, and they never.
Yeah, it's good back in '99 when you're 12 years old or whatever the hell it is.
I'm 38. You give me a spear and a jackhammer, dude. You can come anytime, man. That's fine. Up next,
Definitely come.
It would take a Goldberg to jackhammer you.
Always got to come for a jackhammer.
I saw him get up Ron Reese before. I think he'd be able to get me up, Hack, with no problem, man. Remember Ron Reese?
No.
You know, I'll have to show you afterwards. He was huge.
Didn't he jackhammer a Big Show?
Yeah, he jackhammered Big Show. Yeah, he can get me up, dude. Up next on the show was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So they're doing the gimmick. Mommy, who's she towers over you, Hack. I don't know if you're.
She's a beast.
Yeah. They're doing the gimmick of the shark cage. Hack, can you walk us through what the shark cage is used for in wrestling lore?
All right. The first time I remember ever seeing it used was in like Mid-South Coliseum. Jerry Lawler doing it to somebody.
Jimmy Hart, probably.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like put Jimmy Hart up in the cage. I mean, it's a straight classic. And they got to tell you the truth, they did it pretty well. It ended up working out pretty well at the end for me.
I hated this match.
Back in the day, they would somebody would like take over the thing of dropping the cage, and the cage would always drop during the match somehow, somewhere. You know what I mean?
Or they would drop like a weapon from the cage or something.
Yeah, that's right. When they would put it over top of the ring.
Yeah, like it's just like a wrestling gimmick. I like the shark cage. To me, it made sense kind of as a story for this match.
Totally.
You want to do something, get Dom out of there. I like that.
It's kind of comical that it's a dude in a cage with 2 women in the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
It's
scared heights.
Especially Dirty Dom, like in the cage.
It's the reverse, right? Like usually it's a valet or a manager.
Right,
And
and it's Dom in there. So I thought that part about it was actually pretty comical, but the rest of it I had nothing for.
I didn't care. Like Liv goes to work on the leg early. She was doing a couple decent spots.
All right, well, she worked the leg the entire match, and Rhea didn't sell the leg.
I knew that was going to be. I have it here. Ty's first note is going to be leg selling.
Well, it's true.
I know.
It's not like she did like 1 or 2 things to the leg. It was the entire
5 chop blocks, put her in the hold, went after it again.
Yeah, rammed it against the turnbuckle, the ring post.
Okay,
a
but
couple
before
times.
that, she was very dangerous. If you people, you got to understand something. When she pulled her over and her legs are hanging out over the apron of the ring, and she pulls up her ankle and she brings it down on the apron. She was doing it while her leg was sideways. She's not supposed to do that. So twice she slammed her leg on the apron, and it wasn't in behind the knee spot. It was on the side of her freaking calf spot. Just little dangerous things.
So you go with the joint, you don't go...
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't go... It's just common sense.
Yeah, you can rip it in. That might have been the point, possibly.
No, because she did a couple other things too. Remember when she threw her out? When Liv first took control, she threw her outside of the ring, tried to kick her 26 times and missed 22 of them.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Just little things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
But the one spot was unbelievable. The sunset flip.
The sunset
with the
flip
mommy's
bomb
head
into the barricade.
Wall. That's good shit.
Yeah, and then she did a middle rope code breaker, which I thought was pretty good as well.
Mommy took a great bump on that.
She did.
And then what was the other move after that? The family ender or something they were calling it?
The homewrecker.
The homewrecker.
What was the one where Liv? I guess she jumped off. I don't know if it was the second or third rope and did the knees to the face.
That's
the code breaker.
Okay. I know what that was called.
Yes.
Phenomenal bump.
Yeah.
That's all you.
Finish. That was the old Jericho
That
finish.
is your whole bump.
Yeah.
She barely even should be touching you during that.
Yeah, I forgot it was called the code.
That was really, really good. And then, I don't know, man. Morgan did the crucifix bomb for a 2 count, and then
which looked good considering Rhea's that much bigger than it.
Yeah, she's been able to hit that on her. She did it in the mixed tag match too.
Liv slapped the piss out of her too a couple times.
Yeah, she
hit her a couple of, like 3-4 right hands in a row.
Rhea then hit a tossed power bomb, and then Dominic opened up the shark cage door.
Great pop.
That was cool.
Great spot.
I'm tired. One thing I'm tired of. Can we stop doing
Ref cam?
Well, I know. I'm gonna get to that too, but I'm tired of the Three Amigos. Can we retire that for a while, please?
Yeah,
The Three Amigos, and I know you're doing the Dom thing maybe, and then she did the frog splash later.
Liv
but
was
like,
kind of just doing a note to that, but I hear you.
it's just a little played out.
Too many people do it.
Yeah, it's overdone. Like I know we were talking about moves last week.
Oh, she stopped her on the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And then she did the frog splash to her, where she pointed at
Yeah,
Dom.
which looked a little funky to me.
I can tell it's not.
it was
weird.
used to doing that.
It's not in her bag. You know?
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Not my bag, baby.
Could that have been an homage to Eddie?
Absolutely.
100% was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So then Morgan rolled out to the floor, and then Morgan got pushed into the barricade, and then Mommy did a riptide on the outside, and then Dominic was like kind of saying like he was going to climb down, but then he got trapped with his foot. So like they locked his feet in at first, I guess, before they put him in the cage.
Yeah, is that how that works?
think
Because it's like,
Dude,
what
nobody knows.
way was this supposed to
How
happen?
did he unlock the door?
No, he didn't. They didn't lock his feet because he was standing there. It was stupid. What was he going to do? Crawl out and just dive out of like?
I know.
That's what I'm
Dive head
thinking.
first.
Dive head first out of the
you
cage
hang
onto the
and your
floor.
feet go.
Right. Yeah.
And when he was there, I was like, "Oh shit! What are they going to do?" I'm like, because I'm thinking, is he going to? Are the two girls going to get under him and he's going to land on them or something? But then, dude, that ain't an easy spot doing what he's doing. So he had to have some kind of gimmick attached to his leg. Because believe me, you ain't just wrapping a chain around his ankle and sending him out that door and hanging him upside down for 5 minutes without proper protection on his leg.
No, it was like a strap. I saw what was around his ankle.
Yeah,
it was
could've been
like
a
a
whole
strap
gimmick.
thing that was attached to the chain.
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
So then, instead of just finishing the match, Morgan then says something to the ref, like, "It's my birthday. I'm going to mess this guy up. Just give me a minute here." She said that to the ref in the ref cam, and the ref was like, "All right." Like,
Rhea, yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
She goes, "Happy
give me
birthday
a
to
minute.
me."
I got to do something.
right,
Or whatever.
which was
And
whatever.
oh darn,
She
takes
goes-
out the cake.
She goes and gets your weapon hack, and then out.
This was the best part of the match.
Then Raquel Rodriguez came out and jumped Rhea Ripley.
Well, not that.
What are you talking about?
Rhea beating Dom with the cane.
Oh
when he's
yeah,
hanging upside
she was
down.
beating him with the cane, and then Raquel Rodriguez just whatever, and then this was botched and wonky to me.
They screwed the finish up. They rung the bell, and they weren't supposed to ring the bell, I don't think.
I don't think they were either.
Yeah, they rung the bell for a DQ,
Yeah,
but I don't think they were supposed to ring the bell because Raquel pulls Liv over
Puts her on top of her.
Rhea for a count. And
Yeah, and then the announcer's like, "Oh, I think that's just for effect."
yeah. What?
which was a good cover. I mean,
Right.
like a good cover
Oh,
by
no,
the
off the top of
announcer.
your freaking head.
I hated.
Yeah.
I hated that. I
But
was not.
it was definitely botched.
It was totally blown. I did not like it.
Okay, I hate it only because the whole idea, it's almost like the Hell in the Cell deal. It's like, all right, Dom's the one that is going to interfere. You got him hung upside down. Dude, so you don't throw the running after the goddamn pin. To me.
You're setting up, what I think you're setting up is Raquel being part of the Liv and Dom thing.
Totally.
Raquel being the muscle. And Liv being the champion can't keep going against Rhea. So now you put Rhea against Raquel. Like Raquel's going to be doing her bidding
right.
against Rhea because you can't Liv
Totally.
as the champ. You can't keep having her go against him.
And you add more heat to Dom because he's chicken shit and he's got another woman
And he's
sticking up
got
for
a
him.
woman bodyguard. Yeah, another
What
woman bodyguard.
what they should do is have him eventually fall for Raquel.
There's going to be a love triangle.
Yeah, why not? Have him fall for this girl too.
Tommy Dreamer, Beulah, and come on.
Have him be a real coxman and just
A real cox.
yeah,
A coxswain, you mean?
yeah, a coxman. He's taking all these girls down.
All right, I don't know what a coxman is. I know what a coxswain is.
He's
That's the person that says row, row, row when you're in an Olympic rowing match.
row your boat.
Okay. What do you guys?
This is a little bit different of a cock.
Yeah. What are you guys going with star ratings? Because this sucked to me. I'm going 1.5.
I don't think it sucked, so I'd have to give it like a 2. Like I gave
I'm going 2.5.
Okay.
I'm going at least 3.5, dude. I was entertained. Because it was just something a little bit different with Dom hanging upside down and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And Liv's smacking the shit out of her a couple times. I don't know.
It was just too wonky
I just
for
love
me.
Mommy.
Yeah, I love Mommy too, and I think Liv.
I love both of them.
Liv's facials
Yeah,
are very good.
yeah, Liv is
very
good.
Very good facial expressions by Liv and everything. I really like her character. I think everybody knows their character and is feeling their character in this program. But to me, this did not deliver at all, and the finish just really was awful. So that's why my star rating's so low for it. But up next on the show was the main event. Again, man, these are short shows, but this one. So the Bloodline. So. The Bloodline's in the ring, and then Cody is played out to the ring by the Arkansas Pine Bluff Marching Band. And they played his song at a college football game a couple weeks back. That's why they were out there for him. It was interesting to me that he came out before Roman, and then Roman came out, and he had his own band.
So, wait a minute. They flew in the band from Arkansas to play in Atlanta for freaking Cody.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, that's like 45 people.
I know. I know.
Well, the only
For what? For who?
For the
what?
entrance, for the play his song for
I
a
know,
little bit.
why an Arkansas band? Why not the Georgia band?
Because they played his song at a college football game a couple weeks back, and I guess he noticed. So, I don't know. It was just, for me, I always like pay-per-view entrances where they're a little different. They do something different than their usual. So I enjoyed both
It's
the
not
entrances.
1950, dude, and we're at a Thanksgiving Day freaking parade.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Seriously.
but he should have came out to the band playing the song, not
came
them,
out to his
not
own song.
them playing the song and then replay the song afterward. Like, just come out to the band playing your song. I thought.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying.
Like, if you're gonna play it and then you're just gonna replay the actual song after it, I guess to get the crowd going, whoa,
you need
whatever.
that. Yeah,
but-
you need that moment.
yeah.
And then they had Roman coming out to like a huge band. And the funny thing is, I saw on Twitter the one woman who was drumming was totally not actually drumming to the song.
Oh my God,
Did you see
I
that
saw
clip?
that.
Dude,
Oh
it was
my
so funny. It was so like.
Oh, that's bad.
I get it, man. You want to have a big match feel with these entrances. These two were just okay for different entrances. But
Anybody else think Roman looked thin?
dude, he looked lean and chiseled.
Dude,
Like, he looked chiseled, like, he wasn't big. Like, he was still like, defined and like whatever.
Well,
but he looked
if you notice,
thin.
he had to pull up his pants because his underwear was showing like 3-4 times during the match.
Yeah, he's
I'm like,
lost-
dude, pull another buckle in.
He's probably lost, 15 pounds,
I
I'd
hope
say.
he's healthy.
At least.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, he's a lean Roman. This is babyface Roman. Maybe he's like,
And I actually thought Cody looked a little lean too. Cody was never like big, but he actually
smaller.
Yeah, he looked a little bit smaller too. I don't know if there's something to that, but
No, maybe I'd look. Maybe they're just trying to work on their cardio and they lost
Or
some weight.
those small people.
well, no, but not only that. Is it them?
Like,
would it be them
going
going?
to edict?
Will them going against trying to make Solo and Jacob look bigger?
Oh, I like what you're saying here, Ty. Cut a couple pounds yourselves to make them look thicker or whatever.
That ain't happening because Solo's like 5'6".
No, I'm just saying, but he's
You know what I
thick.
mean?
I'm just saying they're trying
I know,
to make
but
him look bigger.
Solo's lost like 25 pounds in the last couple months.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what I mean?
leaned out
Because
a little
he's
too.
realizing the other dude that he's out there in the ring with is going to be in more control than he is. The 5'2" dude, that's the next star of the Samoans.
Absolutely.
Easily.
100%.
Absolutely.
It ain't
He's
better.
better. He's better than Solo at being Solo.
Yes, and also
And just better in general.
the one thing that if you notice too, they're protecting him in the booking because who ate the pinfall in this match?
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. He ate the table spot to get him out of the way, and they're protecting him in the booking the same way that they were protecting Solo last year. So,
Well, I don't know. You can think about it two different ways. If you booked it the way it was booked and Solo getting pinned, right? And he's the head of the family. So we know what's going to happen at the end. You know what I mean? So to me, that makes more sense that Solo took the pin rather than worrying about hurting Fatu right now because the leader's coming out at the end.
gotcha.
But it's also, to me...
But I didn't think about that then until you said it.
Yeah.
But it's also, to me, is Jimmy screwing Solo. Jimmy has no reason to screw Jacob. Jimmy's getting back at Solo for the finish. Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it wouldn't make as much sense if he did it to Jacob and Jacob takes the pin.
You're right.
He's getting one back over on Solo.
It absolutely made sense for everything. Like the finish of everything made sense.
And I was waiting for Jimmy to turn. I mean, he was making it so like over the top. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. And he doesn't do it. Well, because Ty tells me. Right. Yeah, because Ty tells me freaking. He goes, make sure you watch it till the end. You know what I mean? So I think the end is Jimmy.
Because I knew you would have cut it off.
Yes, I would have cut. Yeah. So and then Jimmy comes in. I'm like, all right, he's got to be talking about Jimmy turning on freaking
Roman.
On Roman. You know what I mean? And then the way Jimmy's telling him Roman's when they start beating the shit out of Cody again, and Jimmy's going to Roman, yo, dude, come on, you said you had his back. And one of the great lines ever. He goes, that was a one-off.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to walk away thing. I thought he was going to walk away, and then Jimmy was going to hit him.
Well, Jimmy said to him, whatever you go, I'm riding with you. I'm riding with. Like, whatever decision you make, Tribal Chief, I'm with you. And then Roman decides to do the baby thing, run and make the save at the end. I really enjoyed that. Like, let's talk about the match too.
All right.
So this is
dude. There wasn't much.
It was smart. Like, I mean, everything was
great. You know what? You want to know my first. I
wonder if you're going to say what
of this match is the nerve pinch. It was great.
The nerve pinch.
So that's my first note of this match. They did nothing.
You didn't have to.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. So the beginning of the match. It's very interesting. We're watching the match, and Oliver's like, "No, Roman can't start." Like,
no, I'm like, yeah. Like, no.
Yeah.
He's not starting the match.
Roman can't start, but it was interesting because Cody started, and then they did a little bullshit just to get Roman in the thing. And at first, I was like super shocked that Roman was taking the heat at first. And then Cody got the hot tag, but then it came back full circle.
Real heat. You got the first heat.
I knew there was going to be two sets.
Yeah, and then
they did the same thing the last match.
Right,
yeah.
And then Cody got the second heat, and then Roman got the hot tag. So I was happy. I was like, all right, fine. They both got heat, both got a hot tag. Because, dude, you're trying to bring Roman up, bring him put over. Cody's your champ. It's hard to just
And I actually thought they put Roman got in the match a little too early.
Oh,
well, that's why they did it, to get the 2 sets of heat in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you needed both sets of heat. Maybe if you
Yes, you have to.
You have to because
it's a half hour.
Because it's the main event, you have to. Okay.
Well, not only that, but neither one of them can be the only one taking the heat at that point.
Because they're both super baby faces.
And it's Roman's first match back. They both had to take the heat. Because I was pissed at first, but then I'm like, okay, 2 sets of heat, fine. And they both got hot tags, fine.
Yeah.
And, alright, I have to say, I don't know if I haven't noticed this before, but Solo is too soft. When he's throwing punches, if you notice he's throwing punches, he grabs him by the head and he hits his wrist.
Down like this.
And he hits his own wrist,
Stupid.
So far away from pulling a punch. Like, he hits his own wrist so blatantly, it's like, I don't know how I missed this before, or he was just doing it in this match, but it was like pretty awful. But he doesn't touch anybody with anything too much. Like, and if you're
dude, he's old school, dude. You got those
I know,
guys
but it's almost
that
like
you're supposed to look great and not touch people.
Even his headbutts, like you could tell. He's just
the ones to the back of the head,
and he's hitting his head. Yeah. Like, there's too many headbutts for you not to be selling your own head, giving a headbutt. For me. You can't be giving all these ridiculous
they hit Cody. Both of them hit Cody with like 4 or 5 of them, and Cody never sold the back of his head once.
And they never sold their head. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Solo was throwing horrible punches during this match.
But there was no spots. It was story match.
It was a story match. There was I guess the big spot was Cody putting him through the table with the big splash, which was pretty cool. Really good
for Cody.
Yeah,
Cody don't do that shit.
No,
I thought Jacob's timing during the match was phenomenal.
Yeah,
like everything he's selling right into doing his little circle into everything.
Agreed, totally, dude. That dude knows it.
Yeah, his timing was awesome and all the match. He was right there
for everything. Tag, what's it called? Congruity of those two.
Yeah, and Cody's going to hit him.
Look at you, man.
Cody's going to hit him with the crossroads. In comes Solo. Cody hits around, turns around, pop up Samoan drop. like right there on every single thing. I
dude's a star.
actually really like the one spot where they threw Jacob out. Whatever, blah 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 blah.
Roman threw him through the ropes. Is that
No, it was Cody threw him through.
Okay.
Cody threw him through the ropes, and then Cody hit Solo with something. Was going to turn around to tag Roman, and then they pull Roman off the apron.
That was
very good timing on that one. Usually that's like a hiccup, and
Yeah,
somebody's
little
usually
too
waiting.
a little too late.
Yeah, but no, there was.
But
good
then
timing on
Roman
that.
stayed down too long for me then. You know what I mean? He
Should've
was
got back
down
up on
where
the
all
apron.
the shit was going. And then after that, it switches up. Then Cody's down. After the table, Cody didn't do a freaking thing.
No, it was all
Until
Roman.
after the pin.
And I thought that whole timing, when Cody and Jacob went outside, it's actually hilarious. Jacob runs through the barricade and he's right up like, like throwing chairs.
Undertaker taking a straight line right at him. He jumps over the barricade.
Yeah, and then comes over, hits him with the chair, and he's like, like he's like Hulk, like powering up. And Graves is like, he's not human. He's not human. Like,
That was a good put over by Graves.
Yeah, it was so good. But for me, I forget what happened before that, but Roman and Solo were just down for too long. And I know you were trying to give Cody the big, like, whatever, but I'm nitpicking, obviously. But they were just down too long because nothing really big, I think, happened to them in that.
Yeah, then the Tongas ran in, and then Solo hit a spear on Roman for a 2 count. And then this is where Jimmy...
Where's the crucifixion come in? That freaking... Can you believe he did a crucifixion?
No.
Freaking Roman?
No.
I'm like, I had to write that down. That was my second note.
That was
Roman
great.
just did a crucifixion.
That was-
I know it was earlier than that.
Yeah, that was earlier than
But
that.
I'm looking at the notes.
I think I've seen him do that back in the day when the Shield first started.
it was just weird.
And then he hit the Superman punch right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have one other note from earlier in the match. The best spot in the whole match, the turnaround on Roman. Jacob hits him with a super kick. He bounces off the ropes, and they both hit him with the super kick.
I got a
Great
double
sell.
super kick.
Great sell.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Yeah.
it was crisp as hell.
Yeah.
Like super crisp. And then I think Jacob goes with the double jump backflip, and then Solo comes off the top.
With-
Great timing, great spot.
That's like a tag finish. Like
Yeah.
that should be like
That was
tag
like
finish.
crisp
That's
as
a
shit.
money finish. And he like Jacob Fatu, man, a really, really, really talented man.
That kid's the next rock.
Dude, that double jump moonsault is crispy
Yeah,
as
it is.
hell.
Yeah, it is.
Like super clean, dude.
So then there's a guy in the hoodie that's right behind the Tongas.
Great
and-
camera work by that on that too, because like it like peels off like from the.
Well, it's a tight shot of Roman and Solo, and you hear Michael Cole saying, "Who's that? Who's that?" And then it pans over, and you see a guy in a hoodie, and you don't know who it is. And then he did the super kick, and I'm like, "Well, this has got to be Jimmy." You know,
Right.
with the super kick, lays out the one with the super kick, lays
I
out
thought
the
it was
other.
Jay, but I'm an idiot.
Jay's Yeet.
Yeah, Jay's
I know.
Yeet. He's the Yeet man. So
Well, they're
Well, they
twins.
both
so,
got
yeah.
super kicks.
So then he
Freaking
takes
the
it.
same super
he
kick.
takes down the bandana and the hood, and there's a whole big moment there. Roman then picked up the win for Cody and Roman.
Solo does take a good
Spear.
spear and
Takes-
Superman
yeah.
punch very well.
Really, really good sells by him there. How long did this go, Ollie? Was this what, like 28 minutes? This was a little long.
Damn, you think?
I think it was like almost
25.
30. 25. Okay.
Dude, the entrances were 5. Post was 5.
Oh yeah, the whole thing together is probably
Yeah.
50. 50. You know, from
I would
video
s-
package till the end when the Rock comes out is probably almost an hour.
I would say like 40 something.
You know what I mean?
40 something.
So then post match, Roman celebrating with Jimmy, and they do a little stare down with him and Cody. They bow out and leave the ring. We already talked about them running back, which was great. And then they make.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Where are we going?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, they save Cody, and then Roman's going to give the belt back to Cody or whatever. And I wish like Cody would have tried to take it, and Roman would have gave him like a stern,
little tug of-
Cody put his hand
Yeah,
out
like a
he
little
put
tug on
little
it.
tug
like,
of war, because this
Yep.
is like this
yeah,
ain't
like
finished.
yo, it's us now. Like I'm coming back for this.
Yeah.
Like you know, like yeah, I just saved your ass, but this ain't over.
Right.
Like that type
This
of
ain't
deal.
over.
I mean, like, I know what you're saying, Ty, but you didn't need it because it's already
Right,
there.
it's
but
like insinuated,
yeah.
but like it felt like a little moment, like where they could have had it been like, "Yo, I just saved your ass, Cody, but this ain't over."
So then they're in the ring, the bloodlines in the crowd, and then it hits. The Rock's music hits.
Which
and
shocked me.
I was not expecting The Rock. The crowd went absolutely nuts. Huge pop. And he's got with him, this is hilarious. So at WrestleMania for the Hall of Fame, Layla Ali gave The Rock this title. So The Rock has with him this belt. And I forgot about this.
Like the Brahma
Dude,
Bull
I'm
belt
like,
or
did I
whatever.
miss something? Does Rock actually have one of these straps?
He had it at Mania too, and I was like, "Why does The Rock have a belt at Mania when I'm sitting at Mania?" So then I had to find out the Hall of Fame thing.
It's almost like Taz's
The People's
FM.
Champ
It is.
belt?
It's
The
like
fuck
his,
the world,
yeah,
it's his
People's
FTW
Champ
belt. It
Yeah.
is his FTW title.
Yeah, like this is my
Dude,
belt.
what's it called?
It's the People's title. I don't
Oh, it
know.
is the People's
Yeah,
belt.
I
something.
think so,
It's the
yeah.
Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali People's Championship belt. I have
With
no
the Brahma
idea.
Bull
I
on
love
it.
it.
I
love
You
it.
hate Taz's FTW, but you love this because it's The Rock.
Oh, and
Well, it was given to
and
The
the
Rock.
outfit that he wears too.
Okay, he's got this vest and The
And
Rock.
the eyebrow.
He didn't-
Dude,
all
his
he
arms
did.
look bigger.
All he did,
One move.
eyebrow, and then he put up 1, 2, 3, and then he does
What's
that.
the 3?
He just was counting down to hit his music again.
Well, no, I don't. Was he saying I pinned you, Cody? 1, 2, 3, or there's 3 guys in the ring? I'm the fourth guy.
I don't know what the word. I thought you guys would know for sure. Like that was his
No,
code.
and
or
then
something.
afterwards on Instagram, I later saw it on Twitter. Was the he did like a promo standing out by like the trucks and stuff, and he kind
Oh
of.
no, that was cool. Dusty, John Cena.
I love you, Dusty, but I hate your son. He said something like that.
Yeah.
He's playing
That
some
was
ZZ
cool.
Top. He chugged some tequila, and it was, it's The Rock, dude. The Rock's back. Where this leads, I think we're gonna get Cody Rocket Mania. I think that's what really makes most sense.
Good, and I hope freaking Rock beats him.
I think he does. I think he beats him, and then I think this is a progression of the story where I think it's going to be Roman and Rock 2 years from now.
Dude, The Rock ain't going back to no schedule. I mean, but Roman had the belt for so long, and what he defended 4 times a year.
I don't think he's going to
So
be a
is Rock going to
schedule.
be one of those?
I think he's going to be a 2-time-a-year guy. Something that financially works for him, right? Scheduling works for him. And I also think maybe his movie.
I know, but isn't Cody's business is still up there, right? With gimmick
Cody?
sales and everything.
Cody. So Roman is one of the top-selling guys in Fanatics, period. And Cody's right there with him too. Like
Well, what's Fanatics?
Fanatics is the Reuben sports apparel company.
Oh.
So this has Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, everything is in Fanatics, and Roman and Cody are like 2 of the highest selling guys, period, in the world. So like you're talking about big stars right now. So like I don't think you can make a wrong decision, but I think it makes more sense to do Cody Rock at this minute.
Where does that leave Roman?
I mean, Jacob Fatu. Is that a
Put
mania?
him back in control of the family. You know what I mean? He could be fighting the family and making people work. You know what
A
I'm saying?
6-man match?
Him,
love putting
him,
back in
Jimmy and
control of
Jay,
family.
him, Jimmy and Jay versus.
But I feel
whoever.
like that's where they're going for Survivor Series. I feel like Survivor Series is going to be a bloodline
Oh, I do too.
in War Games. I feel like that's what Survivor Series is going to be. And then also, I don't know, did you guys have the chance to see on Twitter, they did the... this was really cool that they did. They did an angle where they had Kevin Owens turn heel on Cody. They didn't... They didn't record it. They only did the
It was
turn.
like Fanavision or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
they only... So here's what they did,
What?
Hack. All right. They have Cody's...
What, like they're doing what is it when you go for a commercial and people sit in a room and look at them?
What?
I think of it like you get paid.
Focus
to
group.
Yeah.
No,
so
no.
It was a focus group.
No.
kind of
So
situation.
this is post pay-per-view, right? And the fans are like looking down at like the trucks and stuff. I guess it's like an overhang of the arena kind of thing where fans are walking out and they see wrestlers
And
down
watch,
below.
yeah, wrestlers like leave the arena and get in their
Yeah.
cars and shit
So
like
they
that.
see
yeah.
Cody and Owens, and fans are recording them. And Owens jumps Cody and beats him up, and they shoot an angle, but they shoot an angle with no cameras. They just know that fans are going to record it. So they got the fans recording it.
So how come I haven't seen it on Twitter?
Oh, I can't believe you haven't. I'll
Yeah,
send it
it's
to
been
you.
You've
out.
seen it?
Yeah. I'll
Oh,
send it to you.
yeah,
So Owens beats the shit out of him. Beats the shit out of Cody. And it's real vicious and stuff, and it's really cool.
Is Cody in a suit? Because it's post match. Like,
I think
does
it's
he
right-
actually get in the shower and then
I
go
think
out?
it might have
and
been
get
like
his-
sweats and a
T-shirt. Yeah.
or something like that.
But it is post match, and I like the angle where it's like Cody. Owens is so mad at Cody for teaming with Roman after everything Roman's done to them that he turns on Cody. So I like where that angle's going. It's another...
Yeah, but Owens should know that you need that monster to fight that fight for that family.
I know, but he's not going to ever forgive Roman. Cody, I mean, that's going to be Owens' tagline, I think, as a heel here.
I don't know, dude.
I like it. It's a couple. It's going to be a filler feud. It's a filler feud,
right? Yeah,
but it's a filler feud. But I think it's going to be a pretty good one.
Right. Do those two know each other?
Who?
KO and
Cody,
like from before, like days gone by or anything.
From WWE when Cody was there first. And the interesting thing about Cody and his friendship too, Hack, is
Ring of Honor.
Well, no. So they weren't there at the same time. It was more WWE stuff. But when Cody was leaving WWE, Owens was the one who got Cody in with the Young Bucks. Because Owens is really good friends with the Young Bucks. And he said, yo, I want to get you in touch with these guys because they know merchandising, they know the indies, they know Ring of Honor and stuff. And that's how Cody became friends with the Young Bucks, was through Kevin Owens. So that's
because he was leaving WWE what was it, the AEW thing or was the indie thing?
AEW didn't exist for like another 5 years here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. But Owens knew.
Oh, this is way back. This is a decade ago.
It was
when Cody was starting to get back onto the indie circuit.
Yeah, when he left WWE and he's going to the indies, that's when Owens made the connection to the Young Bucks and Cody, and that's what got Cody into a lot of stuff. So it's just kind of like, their friendship is actual legitimate. So I thought it was a really good angle for this match overall. I mean, like you said, Hack, they didn't really do a whole lot, but I enjoyed the execution of it. First time you see Roman as a babyface in a couple years, and I certainly think he's, the crowd's right there reacting to the
you better believe
and everything, I'm going to give this match 3.5 stars. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but they did everything that they wanted to do, and Ollie?
I'm going 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I think I agree with everything Tosh had, but I just think the crowd was so with it, and they didn't really need to do much because of the story. You know what I'm saying? And the story that's being told with everybody. And then you have the run-ins, and then you have The Rock coming in after. So there's not much that you have to do in the ring. You just have to execute on it.
Yeah, no, and I thought they really did, but yeah.
Dude, they did nothing.
No, I know they did.
I mean, they did less than nothing. Believe me, I know what nothing is because I'm the king of smoke and mirrors, dude. I go out there and do nothing in a match. It looks like I've been through this, to this, and this, and this. No, dude, there was no spots. They did a 5-minute freaking claw pinch. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, this match, yeah, because you're going to be over. You know what I mean? But I mean. Roman can work his ass off. Cody can work his ass off. Solo ain't a great worker, and the other kid I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think they could have done more. I think
they're saving it for a later pay-per-view.
Okay, dude, they don't save shit for shit anymore.
No, I think they do now. I think it's all long-term vision. I think it is. I think they know there's a lot of meat left on this bone, and they did not pick it dry in this match.
No, but it's not Cody and Roman against those two again. That has nothing to do with it.
You can make it a 6-man.
They ain't doing that again.
You can make it a 6-man.
They're spinning KO off with Cody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You guys told me that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that could be like a Rumble match.
It seems like guys are making a lot of money and taking a night off.
Oh, all right. What do we give it a star? What do you give it a star?
I still got to give it a 4 because I do.
Because they smartly executed taking a night off? Oh, yeah.
Well, not so much that, but like with The Rock coming in at the end, you know what I mean? The unveiling of Jimmy being back, you know what I'm saying? And then the little bit of the face-off with Roman and Cody at the end, which I think that Cody should have been like, yo, dude, give me my fucking belt. You know what I mean? I'm like, Cody, I know they want the cinematography of the face-off like that, and they want to let it breathe, you know what I mean? But I needed a little bit more. I needed, like, Cody to put his hand out, Roman to put it, let his fingers touch it, and just let him pull, like, let Cody pull it like an inch, and then Roman's like, all right, kid. And then give it something like that. You know what I mean? I just wanted a little bit more of that.
Okay. Ty?
3.5. I'm right with you, Tosh. And
Yeah,
we
3.5,
already
4. It's all like the same. It's just a little bit below.
give or
but-
take.
Overall, for a show, man, I really enjoyed the opener. I loved, and this I liked a lot. But the rest in the middle, I didn't really care for.
The first two matches was everything.
It was only one. It was the Hell in a Cell.
Well, no, with that, I like the girls' match.
Yeah, I wasn't with you on that.
Yeah,
one.
Bailey?
Yeah, because wait, there was screw ups, but there's something to that match where I think Nia don't like her.
You like
Nia was beating the shit out of that girl.
Yeah,
She really was.
You didn't like the match, you liked the true heat.
Yeah, you like that. Yeah, you're
there's
intrigued.
something there.
You're intrigued.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's something there. Because I can't imagine Nia like putting all her weight on her like 3-4 times in the match. You know what I mean? It's just that's not how business is done.
Overall, I wasn't that thrilled with this pay-per-view, but I mean, look, you gave fans a lot of stuff that were feel-good moments on it, and you gave them a classic Hell in a Cell. So I gotta say,
And you gave him bad blood.
and you gave them bad blood. So I mean, they delivered, but to me, it was kind of a pay-per-view. But that wasn't their best effort. Ollie, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. My favorite match is definitely Punk and McIntyre for sure.
Easy.
I mean, I like
That's match of the year shit.
I enjoyed the Rhea Liv match. I didn't think it was as bad as you think or anything like that because it was different. You know, it was just something different. And
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it was like you said, it's okay. I mean, for the most part, it wasn't their best pay per view, but it's just another run of the mill, okay, solid pay per view, I guess.
Yeah. Hack. Any final thoughts?
Nah, I pretty much said them. So I don't know if I give it a no. It's funny how I'm always like that. I hated this. But between the first two matches and the last match, the only thing that I really didn't even care about was the Priest match. You know what I mean? It was just like, for who, for what? Here's a question. Is that the first time that guy's used that eye makeup, or am I an idiot?
He's not.
Who, Finn Balor?
Yeah. Does he always wear that?
He does makeup before, but that's the first time I've seen him use that particular.
All right, so that, and I tell you how I think he's like watching paint dry, but I liked him having the makeup on. That brought a little more something out of me into him, and I liked the way that he worked the crowd. He took his time. I mean, how many stomps did he give the Priest's chest?
A lot.
150 of them.
Yeah.
It was like, well, let's go to a stomp, let's work the crowd. Let's go to a little spot, go to stomp, work the crowd.
Yeah, I think Finn's one of the best they got. Honestly.
Yeah, he's a great worker, Hack. He
Yes,
really is.
dude, I'm giving it a 4.
Okay.
I was entertained.
Ty?
I really was.
It was an okay pay per view. It's a transitional pay per view.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Transitional pay-per-view. You're getting
Yeah,
into-
what
End
stories?
story starting out.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a transitional pay per view.
And what's the next pay per view we got?
I think it's
Is
Crown
that-
Jewel.
month.
It's Crown Jewel.
It's a month, Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown
he
Jewel.
said-
And then
Before-
Survivor
Triple H said
Series
And
will
then-
be following.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're leading right into it.
And our boy Chris from Vancouver is going to be giving us a live report from Survivor Series.
Is that Chris, the guy who smoked
Is that
the
where?
joint?
Is that where Survivor
Chris,
Series is?
Yes, he is. He's going to be doing a live report from the Sandman podcast,
nice, Chris, my
and he
man.
will be smoking some green there.
Yes, and please
Yes.
be smoking dope while giving your report.
All right, guys. Next week on the show, we are going to be reviewing AEW Wrestle Dream. As always, send us in questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. First up here is Ryan Johnson writing in. Ryan,
Where are you
That
from,
sounds
Ryan?
like a new name.
no, I think he's written us in before, man. But
Nah, I
Where are
would
you from,
remember.
Ryan?
I don't think. I think
Oh
he's.
yeah,
I
you would definitely remember.
I would
Hack.
totally remember. Ryan, somebody named
Yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, you absolutely would remember Hack. Oh man, this is a little of a sob story here, but I hope everything's all right, Ryan. Sadly, on my mom's birthday, my uncle Jeff was not doing well and had to go to the hospital, and they pulled the plug at 7:30 p.m. And he was with us till October 5th, and also my dad's birthday at 9 a.m. He donated his organs after that, and this one hurts. That his mom lost his older brother a few years ago, and now his younger brother. Sorry for such a long email. Listening to the new episode and hearing you guys cheers me up.
Hopefully, we got you through that.
Yeah, Ryan.
Condolences.
Absolutely. Condolences to you and your family. He says, so hug your family and friends and tell them that you love them. Absolutely. I agree with you, brother. So my question is for you guys. If Hack went tomorrow, don't want it to happen or anytime soon, what would be 3 matches you would want to be remembered by? Hack, any 3 matches you want to be remembered by if you went? I mean,
No, dude.
Okay.
It's too hard. You
Yeah.
guys have heard me. People ask me all the time favorite matches and stuff like that. I'm like, I mean, all right. Let me stretch my brain here. One's got to be me, Kane, and Dreamer the 10 times with Nancy,
The
because
lashes.
that just like that was like a rocket ship up my ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I'll go with Terry Funk. Before he beat Raven in our very first pay-per-view.
Stevie, Terry Funk, Barely Legal.
And then the last one I'll do Rhino when I won the title, and then I told him ring the bell, and then he pile drove Ty Oliver's mom through a table. That one.
Okay.
And I won the belt and lost the belt.
Yeah.
It's a 3-way guilty as charged paper.
and then he said, and for Brian, Ty,
the
and
last,
Ollie.
EC, the,
Wasn't
last,
even the same.
the last ECW pay-per-view that ever happened.
Ty's like, you're an idiot. Wasn't even the same shit.
And for Bry, Ty, and Ollie, what would be the 3
That's
matches
great.
you would memorialize with Hack? The only one that Hack didn't mention that I like to me.
All right. I was going to say we are going to be doing a show.
We are going to be doing a show coming up in a couple weeks, guys, on our favorite ECW matches ever. But I'm going to tell you one spoiler here. You and Sabu, Stairway to Hell match. Fucking classic.
Yeah, I'm
man.
a beast.
Fucking classic.
It's a good yeah.
I don't remember it.
We're sure.
I think it was the one where they had all these
Lizard, lizard.
You don't have to pull our
I
arm
think
on
they had
that
all
one.
these half-ass broke tables under the ring because we needed 50 of them for that night, and I think that was a problem in the match. I think it was in Pittsburgh, but
Ryan, just want to again reiterate, man, hope everything's good with you and your fam. And sending love to you, bud.
peace.
Up next here is Eric from Bucks County.
All right, Eric.
All right. A question and something I want to say. My question is this. If you can go back and experience any one single match, event, or time in your career again without changing it, just to be there again, what would it be and why?
My very first match ever.
And that was with?
I don't remember.
That's why you want
Maybe.
That's why you want to go back.
No, but I want to know like what I know now to like how I felt then. That's the like dichotomy of the situation.
Okay, that makes
I'm
sense.
pulling out great words on.
Yeah, you really are, man. This is a sharp one for you to know. You playing Wordle?
He told me to start drinking less before the shows.
I did. Yes.
He did.
Thank you for listening
Like
to me.
3 weeks ago, we're smoking because we go out and have a cigarette after the shows. He's like, Hack, you're much sharper when you're not shit-faced.
And still doesn't remember a thing.
Monkey bag and symbols, people.
Listening, boss. And something I want to say too, I have to say thank you, Hack, for all the memories from growing up. I was a big wrestling fan growing up, and being born in 1985 and a lifelong southeastern PA resident, ECW always felt like something special to me. ECW in its prime was right in the heart of my childhood, and I wouldn't trade those memories of you, Dreamer and Beulah, Sabu, RVD, the Dudleys, and everyone else absolutely knocking the house down on a weekly basis.
So, dude, you're 12 years old, just so I get this right. He's 12 years old, southeastern PA, and he's probably watching us at 2 o'clock in the morning on the Sunshine Network.
Probably.
That's great.
What is? Oh, if my future kids end up being wrestling fans, I want to make sure to introduce them to what I watch, just so that they can hopefully revel in the experience that was Extreme Championship Wrestling. Great email, Eric. Thank you.
Thanks.
That was awesome, man.
No, I love that when I touch people like that. You know what I mean? It's I don't. It's
Not like
it's
Diddy,
good
right?
karma.
No Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy.
I'm trying to get all sentimental, and Ty brings up Diddy.
I just had to clarify.
I almost had a tear coming out of my eye.
No, all right.
That was baby oil, not tears.
How many dildos do you have?
Spike with GHB.
Up next here is Pat from Lowminster, Massachusetts.
All right, been there, done that.
Originally from Ventura, California, he writes in.
All right, Jesse the Body.
With a question for Hack. Does Hack have any standout stories of partying after an event with the boys? So much so that it escalated to a fiasco involving the cops or a SWAT team showing up.
Didn't we get that question
Captain
before?
Lou Albano's birthday party.
Whoa. We got to save that for a special episode someday, I think. But do you have any stories?
No,
just like-
there's too many. I have.
I feel like
all
we've
right.
had that question before.
Okay, here we go.
With the SWAT team and the...
People have to understand something. I have been
gotta
arrested
understand.
You gotta
so
understand.
many times in my. I would say it's just No freaking lie whatsoever. In other countries also, I've been arrested at least 20 times for a bar fight. That's just that. And then the other bad shit that I was doing, dealing and stuff like that, there's another 7 or 8 right there. Spent a couple years of my life in jail. So you got to understand, that was just like a regular night.
Oh, there you go.
It was like a regular night on the town, dude. Get drunk, go party, you get arrested.
There you go.
They let you out when you're sober the next day.
Little drunk tank, okay, sleep it off.
That's it.
Ed from Shinston, West Virginia. I'm sorry, I gotta do this again. Inbred Ed from Shinston, West Virginia.
All right, Shinston.
That's Inbred Ed. Joel Goodhart's TWA One and Done show on May 3rd of next year is getting some nice buzz. I can't wait for some of the returns. I may have to make the trek up for that. Chubby Dudley's petition to get a new banner hung in the ECW arena of 5 guys is going fairly strong. Any quick thoughts on the 5? It's Johnny Hotbody, Tony Stetson, Larry Winters, DC Drake, and Joel Goodhart. Thanks as always. You guys keep rocking it out. Have you heard about the show, Hack?
Yeah, I can't wait to see him that night. Dude, it's funny. The very first time that I decided that I was going to be a professional wrestler, I went to McGonigal Hall in Temple on Broad Street in Philadelphia. It was an independent show. And me and my buddy Ruben used to go to the Spectrum every month. So we didn't even know what an independent show was. Somebody put a little flyer on our car, and we're like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? So we go to this show, and I see John. It's Larry Winters, DC Drake main event, and would have been Hotbody and Stetson opened up the card. I paid the dude $3,500 within a couple days, saying, I can do this. Because I was going to the Spectrum, and you got to understand, back in those days, everybody was huge. It's not like wrestling is today, and no, we're not getting an argument about how short people are. But back in the day, everybody was a giant. And me being a fan, it wasn't feasible to me because these people were still like bigger characters than life to me. But then I go to this indie show, and these are like regular freaking dudes that are like carpenters that have worked with me.
Like 160 pounds?
All of them. Oh, Hotbody was small, Stetson was small, Jimmy Giannetti was small, all of them. But I paid my money, and within 3 months, by June, that was like March 6th, I think, Kelly's birthday, was my first night at training for wrestling. By June 9th that year, 1990, I had my first match.
Which you don't remember with who?
Might have been Bonner High School with JT Smith. Or it could have been Norristown Ford with Ron Shaw.
Wow. All right. Well, that is an awesome breakdown there. Do you have any interest in trying to go to this TWA show, Hack?
He's already hired me for it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, that's awesome. And
all right, Ed, come see us.
Yeah, come see us, Ed. We got to meet Inbred Ed.
I was going to say, leave the family members / boyfriend, girlfriends.
Here we go, guys. This is the last. It's not really a question, but this is Doug, the professor from Orangeburg, South Carolina, writes in.
Dougie.
Enter Sandman. It is with great honor that I take on the official task of being the historical fact checker for the pod.
Yes! Oh, is this my guy? Is he going to tell me about the French?
No, he's going to tell you about his degrees that he has. All right?
Okay.
All right?
Well, yeah, but
I'm pretty sure you asked for his qualifications.
I hope this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you asked for his qualifications.
Is this the guy I yielded to?
Yes. All
Love
right.
this dude.
Honestly, it's always flattering to even have a question I've asked mentioned on the show. At any rate, Hack, since you asked, he has a BA from Virginia Tech, his MAs from Florida State, with a PhD in English literature from the University of Georgia. If you care about the Puritans at all, I'll send you an autographed copy of my book. I also just recently submitted a manuscript for a book on wrestling language that is in the can right now, but I could not get any pictures to use in it. If you have any that you wanted to lend me copyrights on, I'll give you full credit and a mention in the foreword. I know. Ooh, ah. He's ripping you here.
What was that, Roman?
That's what he tells me. I said Roman. He said, I do need... I do need to consult Shane Douglas, though, as I know he's the premium source of information
That
these days.
loser.
I think I saw him on the CNN the other day talking about the Lapper curve like Ben Stein in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. At any rate, I'm also all about the merchandise. That would be hysterical to see my ugly mug on a t-shirt pointing to my degrees like Rob Van Dam points at his muscles, which I no longer have.
This guy's good.
Yeah, he is.
He's intelligent,
Yeah, he
too.
is.
You can tell.
Yeah, he is.
I don't care about your degrees. That doesn't mean intelligence.
I have a few ideas for a t-shirt, and in the days when I dreamed of being a pro wrestler and was quite a bit bigger, I wanted to be the professor or the scholar, but Lanny Poffo kind of ruined that for me. Thanks, guys, and keep it banging. Doug, you are the official historical fact checker for the show.
Okay, so please next time answer the freaking question that I asked you. Did France own all of Morocco and Libya back then? When you told me that, I said that basically England owned all of Africa, Australia, and you told me that wasn't true. So, who owned the northern part of did France own Libya, Morocco, Egypt back then? Let me know that.
Doug, get back to us with that, as you are our historical expert for the podcast. Thank you, Doug, for writing in. The professor, not to be confused with the Professor Mike Tenay, or
The Professor and one Professor?
yes, not to be
Or
confused
the
with those.
Professor and Marianne from Gilligan's Island.
There you go.
Or
Not to
the
be
Nutty Professor.
Or the Nutty Professor. This is Doug, the professor.
Doug the Professor.
Doug the Professor, the official historical expert of the Sandman podcast.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the club, Doug.
Next week, guys, we are going to be reviewing AEW Wrestle Dream. As always, like, share, review. Send us
Ricochet,
in-
Osprey, Takeshita.
I can't
wait
man.
for that.
Cannot
Oh,
wait for
wow.
that. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
wow.
that's gonna be gangbusters, man. But before we go, Hack, the cane of the week or the toast of the week.
You know, this one, it can't get any easier this week. The freaking Philadelphia Phillies. Are you kidding me? I would
They're the cane
seriously,
of the week?
I would go into your locker room and cane the shit out of every single one of you. Doesn't matter. Philly Rob would get it the worst.
And John say, thank you, sir. May I have another?
John Kruk would approve.
Croc, I
Barry
love
Anderson would approve everybody right now.
There you go, guys.
Toast of the week, Hack?
Yes, to all the responders in Florida to the hurricane.
There you go,
There you go.
guys. Like, share, review. Best of wishes if you guys are affected at all by the hurricanes, and we will talk to you next week.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?